Hello?
That's 1, 2. All right. I'm gonna get this.
Hello?
Can you hear me? Hello?
Yep, I can hear you, DJ Torch. Can you hear me?
You sound good. Sound good.
Awesome.
Great. Look, hey. This is good. Here we go. Here we go. Little bit of intro. Here we go.
Okay.
For 2025 and going forward, I will be focusing on
Oh, by the way, this is tea salt. So she's changing her format, so I want to make sure everybody knows. Here we go.
showing why we need to become independent of the oppressive systems that we live in. I will also be uploading videos
Can you hear that okay? Is it too loud or too quiet?
I can hear it just fine.
Okay.
showing Black women what could happen if we unite and support Black women businesses and focus on becoming business owners ourselves. But to be honest, Black women have always known that our future is in our hands.
It's that I think that we have to get rid of the illusions, we have to get rid of the poisons, we have to get rid of the lies, and one way to do that is expose it and dissect it.
Another way, if we create a new life, a new value system and live it as an example.
That's what I'm talking
Exactly.
about. That's it.
That would probably be the
That's
best
it.
way, because then people could see it as a living thing and not as a theory. Because what we need to do is to reestablish a new value system.
Once we begin directing our energy into positive growth and healing and building for ourselves, the world will open up to us. But as it stands now, Black women as a collective are failing each other and future Black women.
Have you've been working some of the streets as a prostitute? How long has that been going on?
Since May.
Since May.
The him, only thing I be eating over there is chips, soda, and weed. That's it. That's it, bro. Like, my stomach be touching my back. I be having to go to sleep because I'm hungry. Like, the fuck, nigga, you can't even go do nothing to get nothing. And that shit be making me, like, sad. Like, nobody really cares. Nobody cares about me
See, of
unless
all the
I'm
people
doing
I've interviewed,
something.
you're actually...
But hopefully, with a renewed mindset, we can begin to make progress and at least begin to see a difference, however small.
That's what Black people need. Right, a value and how system, exactly, and how do we go about that? We go about it the way you go about daily work. First of all, you decide what you want. You establish your values and you start to live it. And the people in your community, you start talking to your neighbors. You get yourself together first. Exactly. Then you get your community together. We're in agreement. Then you get your neighborhood together. We're in agreement. Right. Being self-determining, defining yourself, naming yourself, and having political power. We're a nation already without political power and military power. We're a cultural nation without political and military power.
So with all that being said, this channel will now be focused on uniting Black women in business so that we can funnel our billions back into the community. And future content that I will be uploading, I'm going to shine a spotlight on businesses that you need to know about.
This is coming from the channel Tea Salt Commentary. Definitely like and subscribe her channel. She's definitely going towards a great idea. What do you think, Tam?
To be honest, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, sure can.
I don't follow T-Salt like that, but I think the direction she wants to take with her channel, I'm definitely not mad at it. I think that is a positive direction.
Sounds cool. Let's listen to a little bit of Melody Hobson, and then we'll get into the real deal. Here we go.
Okay.
So we met, well, thank you to Lee Daniels, I was doing a show with Lee and he was saying, do you know Melody Hobson? You gotta meet her, you just need to know her. I said, okay. Invited us to their home in Italy to stay for some time, and it literally was like we clicked, our families clicked, and we have not looked back since. And you just have embraced us and loved on us.
They move in with us every summer.
Move in every summer. We eat their food. I sneak in the kitchen in the middle of the night. So you know in family, because I know my way around the kitchen. I ask for things that are off the menu.
Cooking with Queen. Cooking with Queen.
UNITY.
That's right. That's right.
How is it that you manage to be, I'm going to fiddle with these glasses and I apologize in advance, but otherwise I can't see. How is it that you manage to do so much for so many? We heard this impressive introduction. You have the credit, the credentials, the hard work, and yet you manage to make time to be such a wonderful friend. I've seen you do it. I can't explain how you do it, but it seems very important for you to do that. What is it that speaks to you?
Well, I'll start off with the fact that I think that people are a form of fuel for me. They give me energy and they give me ideas. I learn a lot from everyone.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Melody Hobson. She is a super CEO. I think that's the best way of putting it. She has run several channels. Razor Rays is in the house.
No way.
Yeah, he just showed up.
Raise up, raise. I could just imagine him now. Salute Tam, salute DJ Torts. It is Razor Rays in the house.
That's a great invitation. That's a great invitation. Uh, uh, anyway, back to Melody. Melody is a super CEO. She started out, you know, talk about somebody who started at the bottom and then came up, but she did it in the business world. And it's amazing how far she's gone and the potential that gives other women of color, you know. Here we go.
Everyone, everywhere. It's not about being famous. It's not about being a CEO or in the C-suite. There are people in every corner of the world that have been great teachers to me and great mentors to me. And I'm just grateful for the opportunity to engage. And I need it. I need the friendships. I always feel like I'm not as good a friend as I would like to be because there's so many people I love and want to be with.
Right.
And so sometimes I can't do everything that I want to do, but I would say that I do value my relationships, and I've learned to value them more over time. They're probably the most important things to me. Nothing else really matters.
Wow. That's
More stuff about Melody. She actually is probably one of the most wealthier Black women in the United States. Um, as you know, she's married to Mr. Star Wars. Um, Mr. Lucas, and basically she is part owner of the playoff bound Denver Broncos. This is
That's
a
impressive.
very powerful woman. What do you think? What do you think?
So she is a successful Black woman and she's married.
Exactly.
I don't see an issue with that, but there's this idea that if you're a successful woman, then you're quote unquote competing with a man, which I think is a bunch of crap. It's absolutely a bunch of crap. A successful man and a successful woman can be in a relationship. They can be married. So I think this is impressive, the fact that she can juggle having a career and also having her marriage. Just this false idea that no, there can only be one successful person in the marriage. It doesn't work. It cancels each other out. I think that's a load of crap.
I couldn't agree more. I guess back in the day, we would call a couple like this a power couple.
Aren't
And
they
it
still
was,
called power couples?
yeah, power couples, and it was sought out, and it was very, very well taken, at least back in the day. Well, back in the day, and maybe it's a cultural thing because I heard it more in non-black arenas. But a power couple was the dream of the man and the woman, that they would both be doing big things. You know what I mean? And be in love, be doing big things, you know, and that's that. For some reason, it seems like in American Black culture, we don't. That doesn't seem to be what we're seeking. No one is really seeking a power couple. They're looking for more like, okay, you work for me kind of thing.
Exactly, and I'm not knocking women who, are stay-at-home wives and mothers. I'm not knocking that at all. Like, whatever works for you is fine. I'm just saying this idea, and honestly, I don't think it's a Black American culture thing. I think it's a Black American YouTube culture thing, Black American internet culture thing. Like,
Yeah,
not even, you know what? No, not. Don't let me just say Black people. I mean, I just think it's become this social media internet culture of this whole, oh, modern woman this and modern man that and tradition and da 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 da, people talking about a bunch of things that they don't really understand. No, because I feel out there in the real world, nobody knows nobody knows anything about this crap that we know about in these YouTube streets.
right.
People out there in the real world are not talking about BWE and divestors and manosphere and this and that, these little internet topics. They don't know about it. That's why I think it's ridiculous. Because in real life, couples like this exist.
True. Very true.
That's my take on it.
And that's a very good take. Shout out to Phoenix Soul in the house, Tevin, the lifestyle guy in the house, Razor Ray's in the house, and of course, Tam on stage. So I'm going to go
Shout
ahead
out
and
to
move
everyone.
forward with the cool thing. Well, let's see what else Melody has to say.
That's important. I'm touched. I'm touched. Because it's real, you know, it really is real. And when you get that face, I know it's real because that's that face. So if you caught the wow, it's just me getting a little mushy on on the inside. You are a leader of your company. You've been with John for quite some time. Tell me what makes you an effective leader. And what do you do wrong sometimes?
A
Because
lot.
I guess, but looking from the
Our
outside,
team is here. They have long lists. Oh God.
Don't tell her.
They're like, wow, what is wrong with her? I would say that what makes me effective is that I tend to think that anything's possible. And then if I decide we're going to do something, we're going to do it. I am very, very, very focused in a way that is probably maniacal for some people. It feels uncomfortable. But I get locked in on something and I say, this is what we're going to do. This is what's going to happen. And I can will things to happen.
I've seen it. I believe it.
I can will it. And then I would say the other thing that makes me very effective is I'm a very effective problem solver. I'm a fast thinker.
Right.
And so, I tell people sometimes they're trying to explain something to me and I was like, got it. Like that's my way of saying like, you don't have to keep going through, so much detail.
Some people say got it and they ain't got it.
I got it. That doesn't mean I'm a know-it-all because I ask a lot of questions. People know I can't stand acronyms. So when they start using acronyms, I'm like, what does that mean? And people always think they're shocked. If I don't know, I will ask you in any setting. So fast thinker, someone who solves problems. And then I think the other thing that makes me an effective leader is I care about the people I work with. I really do. And I always say, I'm going to be fine, but maybe they're not.
Right.
And so I always put them in front of me because I'm like, if things didn't work out for me, I mean this and I swear on my eyes. I could go and sell shoes at Neiman Marcus, and I promise in a year I'll be the #1 salesperson in the country. Because I will call all of you to buy shoes proudly. But I say that knowing like I know how to hustle and take care of myself. And so that because I feel so certain about my own abilities, I want to make sure that I give to others. So I always say it at Ariel, first I work for my team. I work for the people who work in Ariel first, then I work for our clients.
Right.
And I think that's very important because then we can deliver great results to them together if they feel that they are valued and they are very, very important.
All right. So now we are going to go to the opposite side of the spectrum. Tam, you take lead on this. Here we go. We are talking about lady. Well, first of all, I'd like to bring to the stage, of course, Tam Esquire. To the stage is Tam. She will be leading this conversation, this reaction. Tam, just let me know when to stop and start the video. I've looked at it. It's hilarious and interesting at the same time. Here we go.
Here we go.
Right, Islanders,
Wait,
let's
let
talk
me
about
pause
this
that.
wealth.
Bring it back.
So I ghosted my boyfriend on New Year's Eve, and I have not spoken to him since. Before I get into this, I just want to say that me and my boyfriend, we have been together for a year. Well, almost a year, 11 months. A year on February 2nd, we will have been together. Okay? My boyfriend is also 34, grown man. He also is a homeowner, has a pretty good job, and also has a business that he's starting. So let's start there, right? So recently, I obviously, like you all have known, I've become unemployed, and I have not been able to find a job. I have put in like 30 applications a day. I've got nothing, like barely even an interview. I've gone on 2 interviews. So I've been literally struggling, and I no longer have the funds to afford these bills. Okay. Anyways, okay, I'm gonna keep it together for this. I'm not gonna get stressed out.
Can you pause it real
I
quick?
no longer have the funds to afford these.
Play that part back, that cry part. Play it back.
Yeah. Oops.
Careful.
No, needed. Okay. Right there.
To afford these bills. Okay. Anyways, okay,
Girl, did that look real to you?
That looked like she was trying to. That looked like she was trying to get some super chats. That's what that looked like to me.
I don't know if that cry looked real. I'm just saying. But
Yeah,
let's continue playing.
yeah, she's definitely playing to the crowd. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna keep it together for this. I'm not gonna get stressed out. I no longer have the funds to afford these bills. It's something so crazy about having hundreds of thousands of dollars one day and then the next day having nothing. But that's what's going on right now. And so I am vulnerable with my man, and I go, hey, I'm gonna need to like stay with you for a little while I get myself together. Like, I don't have anything on the rent. And so I'm gonna need to move with you while I get myself together. Mind you, I said he has his own house, his own 3-bedroom apartment in a nice neighborhood. He also has a best friend. His best friend lives with him, mind you, and has been living with him for however many years. He's like lived there almost the whole time he's lived there. And so I'm like, if his best friend can live with him, why not his girlfriend, you know? So I'm like, hey, I need a place to stay. Which honestly, in hindsight, I should have even have to ask for that. He knew I was struggling. He should have said, hey, let me take something off of your plate. Like, come stay with me so that you can breathe and get this. If he really cared about me, he would have said that, but he didn't. He sat there and he watched me struggle and then watched me get to the point where I was like, hey, I just need a break. Like, I'm literally so depressed. I'm losing my mind. I can't find anything. Can you please help me? And he said, no. He said, no. He said, no, you cannot live with me. Mind you, living with him is free.
Pause it real
Doesn't
quick.
cost him anything.
That man does not want her.
No, I agree. I
He
agree.
doesn't. Yeah, I agree. He does not want her. When I first watched this video, I had a few mixed feelings. And I've come to the conclusion that even though she says that was her boyfriend, I think she was more of his situationship.
Yes.
Because a guy that really, really loves you and really wants a future with you, a guy that sees you in that light, he would have no problem with you moving in. But I have a strong feeling this guy was he'd already checked out of this relationship, situationship, whatever you want to call it. And this was his way out. Like, nope, you can't move in with me. It's clear he was already done with this girl.
Yeah.
Let's continue.
He said no.
Oh, shout out to Mel in the house.
I can't live with him. At first, he goes, "Oh, I like that we have our own places to retreat to when we get into our arguments."
Pause it.
And wrong answer. Number one.
No, it's not a wrong answer. I like that we have our own places to retreat to when we get into it with each other. I think that's what she said.
That
That
is
means he's tired of your shit. When you get on his nerves, or if he gets on your nerves, he's happy he can go to his house and get away from your ass. What he's trying to say is, I like us not living together because I'm sick of your shit, and you're probably sick of mine if that's how you view me. And you mean to tell me you want to move into my house and then I have to deal with your shit? No, that's what he's really saying.
true.
People say things without really saying them, or say things but in different words. The undertone is there. He's basically saying, "No, honey, please do not move in my house. Part of the reason I like living separately from you is I can get away from you and your bullshit." Let's continue.
One, when we get into arguments, we never leave. Like, we stay in the same room and we continue to talk it out until we work it through, which I think is a really good habit that we have and a really good green flag that we have in our relationship. Yes, we get into arguments, so does everyone. Yes, do I lose my cool? I'm a woman, but I rein it back in and we figure it out and nobody goes home. So that's a weird thing to say. We've never even done that. Second of all, that sounds like a problem to me, not a solution. When we get into arguments, we should not be leaving, because what happens when we get married? There is no way to go. We both live in the same house. So maybe that's not a good habit to start. Being that we have not started yet, maybe let's not start that now. On our very first date, I told him that I wanted to be engaged within a year. I said after a year, I want to be engaged.
Red flag. Girl, what are you doing saying something like that on the first date?
That is crazy.
I mean, right then and there on a first date, you're just getting to know this person. This is a first date. Why are you saying I expect to be engaged within a year? You're kind of low-key pressuring this man already into marriage. You know what I mean? I just
Exactly, I
don't
do.
think that's something you say on a first date. On a first date, you get to know each other. Oh, what do you do? Do you have any kids? What do you like? I mean, what kind of things do you like? What are you looking for? Are you looking for a hookup, a fling, a relationship? That's okay, but to say something like, I expect to be engaged in a year, that's a little too much. That's not something you talk about on the first date. I mean, it's okay to say I'm looking for a relationship. I'm not looking to just date around and just hook up. That's fine, in my opinion. But to say I expect to be engaged in a year, that's too much.
Yeah, yeah, I mean, it's okay to have a goal for marriage.
Right.
That's okay. But to be telling people this is that's a bit, I won't say creepy, but it's a bit.
It's just too much too
Yeah.
soon.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
But
if you want to run anybody away, just say that.
Right. But I've given my opinions thus far, DJ Torch. What do you think?
I think number one, you nailed it. Number two, it's like, it's okay. Believe it or not, it's okay for her to have that goal of marriage. In fact, I would think that's what everybody wants, in the world in general. But at the same time, to be trying to give this man ultimatums is a concern. That's the concern. Now, she can say something like, I'm not here for a booty call, I'm here for a relationship and this kind of stuff. She could say that and be on point, because she's making it clear that she's not down for the situationship. But to then say, okay, you're on the clock, you got 8 months to propose, that's a problem.
Yeah, I agree. Let's continue.
He said that's plenty of enough time for someone to know whether or not they want to get married or not. This is what he said. We have talked about it.
Wait,
I shit you not, probably 10
rewind it a little bit.
Got it.
I must have missed something.
now. On our very first date, I told him that I wanted to be engaged within a year. I said, after a year, I want to be engaged. He said that's plenty of enough time for someone to know whether or not they want to get married or not. This is what he said.
He shouldn't have
Oh,
said that. He shouldn't have said that to her because I stand by my comment. She shouldn't have said that to him. And then him saying, yeah, that's enough time. Now you're encouraging her.
right. And he literally, now she put him on the clock, but then he reinforced that clock.
Exactly. Exactly. He shouldn't have said that. That's just too much in my opinion, but let's continue.
We have talked about it, I shit you not, probably 10 times throughout this year. And never once did he say, I don't think this is going well enough for that to be a realistic goal anymore. Never.
Mel, now that you said, Mel says exactly, he made his decision about her right then and there, situationship.
Never once did he say, hey, like, let's pump the brakes. I don't think that we're doing that well for it to get to that. So I'm thinking we're doing well. We're on schedule. After a year or a year and a half, we'll probably get engaged. Then he goes, I don't think I want to live with someone again until I'm married to them.
Which is in the house?
New boundary that he literally just made up because he's never said that the whole time we've been together. And I know maybe it's not a good idea that you.
Okay, let's say I believe her. Okay, I believe her. Suddenly he was. DJ Torch, you still there?
Oh yeah, still there, just messing around here. Here we go.
Okay.
Wait.
So I believe her. She said, all of a sudden he said something different. Now he's like, oh, I don't want to live with someone unless I'm married to them. These are like little hints that he wants out of this relationship situationship. You know, let's just call it a ship.
Yes.
Since we don't know for sure if this was a relationship or a situationship, I personally think it was a situationship. But you know, let's just call it a ship. I think right then and there, he was giving her signals that he wants out of this ship.
Yeah, I agree.
He wants to jump ship. Seriously. You
Not
know,
a relationship, but a jump ship. Yeah.
right. She said in the beginning, he said, oh yeah, I agree. 8 months is enough time to know if you want to marry someone. Then according to her, he suddenly has this new boundary saying, you know what, I don't want to live with someone unless I'm married. Like, girl, he's slowly giving you hints that he wants out of this ship.
Right.
Yeah, let's continue.
You live with someone after you already got married to them, because what if you guys are not compatible to live together and you don't know that until after you're already married? Then what? That's really dumb, actually. And
no,
so
what he's saying is he doesn't want to marry you. He doesn't want to marry you or live with you.
D-Nice says she's a bit slow to catch on.
Yeah.
Completely new thing, but granted, it's been a year. We set our goal for a year. Are we going to get married? And he goes, no, that was your goal. Since when was this my goal? It was my goal, but like, I thought we were in agreement because you never said that we weren't in agreement.
Oh,
Clearly,
pause it. I'm sorry, everybody. Did she just say, what are you talking about? I thought it was both our goals because you never said anything different. That doesn't mean he wants the same thing you want.
Right.
He probably just doesn't want to hurt your feelings. So you had this goal of getting married to this man in a year, and you assumed he was along with it just because he never said differently.
Boom.
You know what I mean?
I do. I think the problem is that I don't even know if, you know, quite honestly, I've seen people like make up. They're not trying to purposely make something up in their mind, but they do. And I'm not sure if he really did agree. Her story that she's telling us on YouTube, he really did agree with her. You see what I'm saying?
I agree. I agree. I think she wanted to believe that, well, he's He's not saying he doesn't want to get married in a year, so I choose to believe that he does.
Right.
No, we can't do that. We can't do that unless he flat out said, "Yes, I agree. I want to get married in a year. Expect me to propose to you in a year." Unless he said those exact words, you can't assume he's along with it.
Right.
Just because he said something like, oh, on the first date, "Oh yeah, I agree. That's enough time to know if you want to marry someone." That doesn't mean he's saying, "Yeah, babe, I'm going to marry you in a year."
Right.
But she chose to take it that way.
Yeah,
But
I think it's like when somebody hears, you know, oh, would you like to order some hamburgers and fries? And then, but the person in their mind is saying, oh, can I have some steak and lobster? It, it's a, it's a totally. I mean, I know my analogy is weird, but I'm hungry. But anyway, but basically, they're hearing something from somebody. They're hearing they're hearing one thing, but they're thinking another, and the other thing they're thinking, the person said, kind of. Yeah. Well, anyway,
yeah, I know what you mean. Sometimes people choose to interpret things the way they want.
boom.
You know what I mean? And I think because this guy didn't outright say, um, I don't want to get married in a year, she decided to think, oh, he must agree with me since he's not denying it.
Right. When he's
So
just
that's
probably being diplomatic.
yeah, or as Dee said, I don't think he wanted something serious. He likes the ego boost of a woman being crazy for him though. That's probably true too.
Yeah. That's a I think I don't think he wants to like get rid of her permanently. He just wants her to not be around him when he doesn't want her to be around him. Him to be
Exactly.
around. Yeah, I
Hence he
mean
said, I like it
basically
when we have our own separate places to retreat to.
exactly. Exactly. And I believe that she got that down, that part down, but she doesn't understand. She's not interpreting that as no, I just need you to come by whenever. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Up in my head, and this was never a goal. I just thought it was a goal because I continuously talked about it, and he never said that it was unrealistic. As a matter of fact, he said the quite opposite, that it was a realistic goal to have. And never once, as we neared to the end of that year, did he ever say, "Hey, I don't think we're close to being married."
But see, this is
So
my
imagine my
thing.
surprise when he
Oh,
says,
wait.
"I don't think we're close to being."
Just because he says that's a realistic goal doesn't mean that's a goal he wants.
Right.
It's almost like he's saying, it's fine for you to have that goal. That's fine. That's realistic. I just don't want it.
Exactly. It's almost like she's trying to speak for him.
Exactly.
So imagine my surprise when he says, "I don't think we're close to being married. We still have things to figure out." Because a couple of nights ago, I got super irritated at him and yelled at him and told him to leave my house. And apparently that's enough of a reason for him to be like, "Whoa, I don't want to marry her."
Pause.
All right.
She just contradicted herself. Remember in the beginning of the video, she said, we've never had issues. Remember when she said, oh, he says he likes that we have our own places to retreat to. And she says, oh, I don't understand that because we've never fought and decided to get away from each other. I
I
remember
remember
she
that.
said that in the beginning. Now she's saying, okay, a couple nights ago I got mad and kicked him out.
What did she kick him out of what? Oh, okay. She still has a place at the moment. Okay.
Yeah, she still has a place, but I'm just saying that contradicts what she said before.
That sure
You said,
does.
"Oh, we've never had that issue where we have to retreat from each other or get away from each other." But you just said a couple of nights before you got mad at him and you kicked him out.
Right.
Let's continue.
Uh-oh. Contradictions.
So yeah, and so I said, hey, I'm actually scared that I'm going to be homeless because
Who died rich, welcome to the chat. Diary says, what I learned is they take a free trial whatever way they can get it. That is a good point. That is a good point.
I said I'm actually thinking I'm gonna be homeless because I don't have a job and these bills keep coming and I can't do it no more. I'm tapped out of resources. And I think I'm gonna end up, if you don't let me live with you, I'm gonna end up in my car, living in my car, something like being actually homeless. And he goes, well, plenty of millionaires have lived in their car before.
That should have been the, you know.
This man does not want you, girl.
Yeah. Yep.
He doesn't give a damn. Plenty of millionaires have lived in their car. If that is not the biggest F you, I'm done with this shit, I don't know what is.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. I mean, that made it clear he did not want to be around her like that.
Mel said she's just being dramatic. If that isn't a bye, Felicia, I don't know what is.
Yeah, straight up. D9 says, I wonder if her intensity comes from not having anyone. Because does she have family?
I'm going to address that later, D.
Here we go.
So basically he said, yeah, no, I'm not gonna help you. I'm sorry that you're dealing with this. I know it's hard, but basically he told me that you never really do have anybody to depend on and you come alone in this world and you are your own person and you should be your number one priority because nobody else is going to be dependable, which I translated to he is not someone I can depend on. Why would I ever marry someone that I can't depend on? I'm a dependable person. I've had friends that I've let stay with me, that I've given a place to stay for free, that I've been able to like say, hey, you can lean on me. Like, don't worry about nothing. Take a break. I got you. So if I can be dependable to my friends, you can be dependable to your girlfriend. It's not a crazy concept. Yeah, we do come in this world alone, but relationships are.
I don't think he saw her as a girlfriend.
Exactly. He didn't see you that way. He didn't see you that way. Because if he did, even if he doesn't want you to live with him, he would have at least like helped you try to find an apartment or helped you out with your rent. But he didn't even want to do that. This guy was done with her.
Yeah. At the very least, he would say something like, look, I'll look into finding you a job or help you out finding you a job.
Right.
If you
But he
need
straight
help
up
with your
said,
resume.
yeah, he said, millionaires live in their car. Some millionaires have lived in their car.
Yeah, that's
I'm like, damn.
that's like Mel says there should be absolutely no way you had hundreds of thousands in the bank and now you're fat. Did she say that? Is she one of those kind of content creators who say they're
Yeah, she
super
said that
rich?
in the beginning.
You know? Oh, she said that in the beginning?
Yeah, she did. She said, before she said she's unemployed, she said she went from having hundreds of thousands of dollars in the bank to being employed and having nothing.
How does that work? She's spending
I
money like a dude then.
I have no idea. I'm not going to speculate because I don't know how she was spending money, but it happens to many people.
Wow.
Because at the end of the day, everything we have in life, it could disappear tomorrow.
Right.
So that's actually realistic. I mean, you never know. Things happen, or maybe you're irresponsible with your money, or maybe someone stole all of it. You know, we don't know. Anyway, let's continue.
Man. I mean, and that might be another problem is if she spent how do you I have never spent $100,000 in a year ever. I just never have. If I
I
did
mean,
for property or something like that.
when I think when Shaquille O'Neal was coming up, I think I heard something where he spent $1 million in a day, in less than a day.
Right.
And yeah, he had the money for it, but When he did that, I think his manager or his financial advisor, someone got in his ass about that.
Yep.
That woke him up, and from then on he made better decisions about his money. That's why to this day this man owns several businesses, and he is so financially responsible because when he was coming up, he spent $1 million in a day, and someone tapped him on his head and basically said, "Negro, are you crazy?"
Right.
Because seriously, a lot of these athletes, they go from being these $1 million athletes to being homeless
Right. And you
because
know
of
what's crazy? It could be just after a couple years after
right.
they
It could be anyone. So it's actually possible. A lot of these people, they come into so much money and they're spending $1 million in a day, which is crazy. So it could happen.
The whole reason of everything. You should be able to depend on the people around you, on your community. They should be people that you can say, hey, you do owe a responsibility to the people you love and the people you care about. And apparently he doesn't think that way, and I don't think I can be in a relationship with someone who doesn't think that way. And so I decided that I kind of ghosted him. I just stopped talking to him, and I probably will never speak to him again. That really turned me off. And yeah, that's why I broke up with my boyfriend, because he said it was okay that I be homeless. I should be homeless while he goes home to his 3-bedroom house in a nice neighborhood and rubs his feet together under his nice comforter set, his nice sheet set, and watches his 70-inch TV on the wall and twiddles his thumbs together while I'm out in my car in the cold. Talking about he's gonna give me a blanket for Christmas, so I don't.
Man.
He said he'll get her a blanket for Christmas.
I mean, it's like
this man does not give a damn about her.
No.
I'll get you a blanket for Christmas. You're not coming in my house. I'll get you a blanket. Damn. I'm not laughing because she deserves it or anything. It's just he does not want her. He doesn't care about her.
No, not one
He
bit.
does not like her.
Henry Mars in the house. I think she's having a hard time catching a hint. Give me foliage in the house.
Yeah, this guy does not like you, sis. He doesn't. I'm sorry he was so cold, but that should tell you, like, she keeps saying she's shocked and she's surprised. I'm not. I have a feeling the signs were there. She just chose to ignore them.
Right.
I think this girl was a situationship to him, something to just entertain him. I don't think he ever really took her seriously like that. That's why, unfortunately, when she told him she was about to be homeless, that's why she was met with such a cold response.
Right.
He wanted you out of his life. He did not want you in his home.
Yeah, exactly. Direct says he was waiting to show his true colors.
Yeah. He was probably like, thank you, God. Now I have a reason to get rid of this girl that I don't really want to be with.
Right.
Unfortunately. Electric blanket. He was like, here, take this blanket. Leave me alone.
No, I mean, and the thing is I think she's being emotional about being homeless. We don't know whether I just don't know the truth. I don't know whether she was telling the truth about having, $200,000. I mean, and I don't know the truth if she's really poor right now. I don't know.
Okay, well, I've watched a few of her TikTok videos. She's still in her apartment. She says she's about $1,000 behind on rent. She's been putting out applications. And mind you, I'm not laughing at that this girl is struggling. I don't want people to misinterpret what I'm saying. I understand, like, sometimes people struggle, things happen, people end up homeless, people struggle. So I'm definitely not laughing at that. I'm not knocking her for that. I just think she's dusty. This is where the dusty comes in. She just does too much. she comes off as someone who does too much. Like on the first date, you're telling this man, I expect to be engaged in a year. And you're acting so entitled. Like you deserve to live in his home, talking about, well, he has a roommate, so the roommate can stay there. First of all, I don't know if she mentioned it in this video, but I learned in another video that his roommate, which is his best friend, pays him rent. He has a right to be there. If he wants to rent out one of his rooms to his best friend and the best friend's paying him rent, that's his business. You saying,
Exactly.
"Oh, how could you let your friend stay there and not me?" Sis, because he doesn't want you there. he doesn't he doesn't want you there. And
Right.
the way she's going, oh, so he just gets to stay in his nice 3-bedroom home and his flat screen TV and his comfortable bed. Yes, he worked for that. That's his. He has every reason to be comfortable in his house, sis.
Yeah, I mean, I do respect her willingness and what would be the word? Being set for, being married and having a family, but she has no assessment skills whatsoever. This is not the guy. You see what I'm saying? I think
Right.
I think if she was in the right situation, excuse me, um, in the right with the right person who could deal with her,
Correct.
then I think she'd have something going on.
And
She'd have to
listen,
give up. She'd be. I mean, the problem is that the type of person she is, she's only going to attract probably somebody who's going to be very controlling. So,
yeah, I definitely see your point on that. And listen, there's a lot of guys who love being Prince Charming.
right,
There's a lot of guys who will give that pretty woman treatment. Pretty woman. I like that movie. Um, some guys do swoop in and let their girlfriend move in, and they treat her like a princess, and everything is great. Unfortunately, he just didn't want to be that guy for her.
right.
He didn't want to be that guy for her. And I know there's some women out there that have that Cinderella fantasy. Oh my God, I can't wait for my Prince Charming to just whisk me away, and I'm going to live in his castle and he's going to take care of me. A lot of women do get that, but not by being this way. They don't do it by being very needy and intense and entitled and forcing it. You know what I mean?
Exactly, exactly. Basically, I mean, would you say that she's redeemable? Like there maybe with a little therapy and some advice?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, first of all, she's good at making content. Like I've seen her TikTok videos. She knows how to edit her videos, and her stories are entertaining. You know what I mean? But I learned that she has a child.
Okay. Oh, okay.
She she has a child, she has a special needs child and everything. So, and a lot of men, especially childless men, they're not trying to take you and your kid in, unfortunately. I'm sorry.
Well,
They
especially special needs, yeah. That's a
exactly.
whole different animal
Yeah.
in itself.
They don't want to take that on. And she did some story about her baby daddy, something about she met him in high school. She got pregnant by him. He does nothing for their daughter. He went to jail, and then it turns out he was gay. And I'm just like, this girl is just full of drama. Like I just
Well, I mean, unfortunately, Tam, it seems like it's very common now that men are becoming, sexually fluid as a we I'm being nice about it, but
well,
you've seen my Down Low series, right? I
look,
mean,
that's a separate story. I'm not like that's a whole separate topic. That's really not what I'm talking about.
right,
But it's just like I think she is redeemable. I think she's redeemable. She's articulate, she's well spoken. She does say that she is still looking for a job, and I absolutely applaud her for that. I hope she
right.
finds a job soon. But I think she needs to give men a break for a little while.
Yes. Yes, especially how old is her child?
I have no idea.
Shout out to Legs for Life in the house. Yeah, my thing is this is that basically it should be child, job, and then think about a boyfriend after that. That'll keep her busy right there, you know.
Exactly.
Um, it sounds like to me she wants him to solve. She wants a guy who really doesn't care about her to solve her problem.
Exactly. Let's continue.
Be cold. You gonna get you a new for Christmas. I ain't even.
All right, Islanders, let's talk about this wild story that has everyone.
Pause it right there. Did you want her to talk, or do you want me to move it forward?
Yeah, sure. Let's continue.
Okay.
Debating about love, loyalty, and responsibility. So here's a tea, or should I say maybe a little recap, right? So
Hazel in the house?
clearly, this woman shared that she has been dating her boyfriend for 11 months, close to a year, and she found herself in a tough spot, unemployed and facing the possibility of homelessness, right? So naturally, like any woman would, she, turns to her man for help, but instead of compassion or even a little support, she got hit with this. Plenty of millionaires have lived in their cars before. At this point, I don't
Yeah, she brought up that same thing. You caught as the. I would say that's a red flag on fire.
even know if I should laugh or cry. I mean, and clearly it doesn't even stop there. She even pushed further and he doubled down, telling her that, she's an adult and in this world you're pretty much responsible for yourself and, no one should be accountable to have to take care of you, which I can understand. I totally get it, yes, but I don't know if being in a I don't want to believe in a committed relationship. I don't want to think that you would think otherwise. This is not a complete stranger, and he even went as far as basically saying that she has to figure it out. And mind you, this is coming from a 34-year-old man where she said that well established, by the way, with a 3-bedroom house, a
There's a
successful
bug in the house.
business, and his best friend living with him, and it sounds like rent free. I could be wrong because she did not give us details regarding that, and even that part of it, I know what y'all are thinking, because I was thinking the same thing as well, like, who's going to tell her? But hey, let me not be too judgmental here. Well, meanwhile, with all of that happening, she's left trying to figure out, if she should start scouting parking lots for a room with a view. And I'm not even trying to be funny. But let's unpack this now, because there is a lot to process, right? So let's talk about it. Was he technically wrong for saying that everyone should be responsible for themselves? Maybe not in theory, but after dating for almost a year, doesn't a relationship come with some form of care and support? If you say that you love somebody, and don't get me wrong, I know that he's not obligated in no way, shape, or form to have her move in with him, but I think that delivery, the lack of empathy, it is definitely giving motivational speaker with no audience. And then again, she was there. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about this. If you have made it thus far into the video, guys, remember to hit that like button for your girl, because it's an easy and free way to, of course, support my channel. And if you're new, please consider joining the Islanders family by, of course, hitting that subscribe button. Now let's talk about, as I alluded to before, that the friend is also living there, and we can't ignore that, because clearly the friend is also living comfortably under his roof, and yet he couldn't even extend even a temporary lifeline to someone that he supposedly care about. It's just not sitting right with me. So guys, let me know what you all think. Was she wrong for ghosting him, with those after hearing those cold-hearted comments, or you think she dodged a bullet when he said that, millionaires, plenty of millionaires have lived inside their cars before, and she pretty much needed to figure it out? That was his philosophy. Let me know how you guys feel about this, because this one honestly has my jaw on the floor, and I'm definitely giving the side eye right now. Anyhow, she continued with some follow-up videos, so let's get into those.
Okay, so I have come to clear my name, because it's getting crazy in the comments.
She's saying that she ghosted her boyfriend, but it sounds like he ghosted her a long time ago.
Yeah, and it sounds like when she quote unquote ghosted him, he breathed a sigh of relief.
Basically.
to answer some questions and clarify some things about the situation of, if you didn't watch the last video, basically my boyfriend said I should live in, it's okay that I'd be homeless, live in my car, and he wasn't going to help me. I think this whole situation, I've just finished crying. This whole year has just been horrible for me, but y'all don't care. Let's get straight to it. So the roommate situation, when he moved in that house,
He dodged a bullet, that's for sure.
people were asking me, how do I know it's his house? I know it's his house because when I first even went to this house, he had like frames on the wall, like pictures of himself that he had blown up and put on the wall in the living room. Also,
Okay,
he
right
has like,
there, quite honestly, that's a red flag for putting, I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, if you're, I don't know what he does, but people putting pictures of themselves all over the house, usually that's a sign of narcissism. I'm not going to
Yes,
say
he
he's a
loves
narcissist.
himself. He loves himself. He does not love you, sis.
Okay, but let's listen to her justification. I shouldn't have stopped it, but listen. Right now, I'm like, so he has pictures of himself on the wall. That doesn't mean, he owns the place. It just means that he put something in his apartment. Let's see what happens. Here we go.
Right.
pictures of when he bought the house, like holding the little, sold sign. When I asked him about why he had his best friend living with him, he told me that a little while after he had moved in, he had started to it was quiet. He didn't say he was lonely. He said that it was quiet. The house was too quiet.
He was
I don't know
lonely.
if he asked the best friend, or the best friend asked him, but the best friend lives there. Is he paying bills? People are asking me, is the best friend paying rent? I don't know, y'all. I know for sure that he's not paying utilities. I don't know if he's paying rent or not. He's also not the only person that lives in that house, okay? He has this Asian guy that is living with him in the 3rd bedroom, because there's 3 bedrooms. When I first asked him, how does he know this Asian guy? He said that he was a friend of a friend. One of his friends, I think in DC or New York, something like that, had a friend who was moving to Charlotte for a job and needed a place to stay. That's what his original story was. When I asked him again, like when we were talking about the roommate situation and me feeling like, I don't think you should have roommates, you have a good job. He was saying like, oh, me and the Indian, we're good friends. We're really good friends. Him and the Asian guy, we're really good friends.
Can
I
you
don't know
pause
when
it
they
real
became really
quick?
good.
So now me, I own my own home. I don't do the roommate thing. I don't do the roommate thing. I like me, myself, and I in my house. However, I do know other people who own their own homes who just they don't like living alone. They don't. They just like having roommates. They just do. Even if them and the roommates barely ever interact, they just like having someone else in the home. Some people are like that. Or some people take in tenants or roommates to help them pay the mortgage, right?
Right.
Because when you own a home and when you have a tenant or a roommate, they're paying you rent. Where does that go? That goes towards the mortgage. So that helps you out. So for her to say, you have a good job, I don't think you need roommates. Well, sis, that's really not your place.
Exactly.
Maybe he likes having a bachelor pad where it's his home and his boys. And hey, maybe their rent is helping with the mortgage. Ever think of that?
Exactly. I mean, the thing is this is that I wouldn't call it nosy. What is the word I'm looking for?
Nosy.
Maybe it is. Her boundaries are weird. It's like that's not her business.
Exactly. Her boundaries are weird. And as far as her child being special needs, I know she has a child. I could have sworn I heard something about the child being special needs. If I'm wrong about that, I apologize. But either way, she has a kid, and a lot of men don't want to take a woman in and her kid. But I could have sworn I heard that the child is special needs, but don't quote me on that.
Bars. Act natural under pressure in the house. Good seeing you.
Friends, because at first he said that it was a friend of a friend. I don't know if he's a liar, or I mean, technically it's possible that he started off as a friend of a friend and became really good
That's
friends
the word. Sorry, just pause it, but intrusive. Bars.
with him. But now he's telling me, oh, that's his really good friend. So here's when I realized that, and is the Indian man paying rent? I don't know, y'all. And these are probably questions I should have asked, but I didn't want to get too deep into his business. He's also
What?
super
No, no, no. Hold
mysterious.
on, hold
Like,
on, hold
he
on, hold
answers
on.
questions in a way that
I'm sorry. I'm I'm talking as if she's speaking to me directly. Girl, what do you mean these are questions I should have asked? That is not your house. What do you are not his wife. You don't live there.
Right.
These are questions. They live there. You don't. What
That's
is it your business what rent they're paying?
right.
Let's continue.
makes me think that he don't want to answer them. So here's when I realized that maybe it's not what I seen. I was on Facebook scrolling. I found this like roommate group on Facebook of people posting like, I'm renting this room, and people who are looking to move into people's houses. I find this group. I already think I already know what's about to happen. I find this group. I'm scrolling in the group, looking at all the possibilities of people renting their rooms in Charlotte, because maybe I might be homeless, maybe I might need to rent a room. So I come across a house, and I'm like, hold on. I know this house. I've seen this house before. This is his house. I click the profile. This is his name. So he's renting a room in his house for $1,000, utilities included. So I don't know if it's his best friend that's moving out or the Asian guy. I assume it's the Asian guy. His best friend is 40, mind you. And he's been living there for a while. I don't think he's going anywhere anytime soon. But I'm assuming that the Asian guy moved out. He never told me that the Asian guy was moving out. He never discussed this with me. I mean, it's not my house, but we had conversations about like, if we're gonna get married, we can't get married if there's people living here. And he decided to omit that information. Why he decided not to tell me that the Asian guy was moving,
Because
I'm
it's
sure
none
he
of your
had his reasons,
business.
but he never told me that.
Because it's none of your damn business. What is all this? He never told me this. He never told. Girl, you are not his wife. You don't live there.
I mean,
Again,
this
again,
is
these are the signs that he is not serious about you like that.
right. I mean, it's I mean, man, I mean,
This is dusty.
very.
This is dusty, girl. You are a side situation. You are entertainment. I don't even. This is why I think she wasn't really his girlfriend. Sh- She was just his situation plaything or something.
Do you think
And
she
she,
knows that, or do you think she's this dingy?
yeah, she feels so entitled to an explanation. I don't.
Man, I mean, I'm just wondering if she really is she trying to force him into this, or is she really
Thank you.
just clueless?
I think she really was trying to strong arm this man into marriage. Let's
Again,
continue.
I commend her for having that goal that she really wants to get married. The
Right.
problem
But
is I think she's going around about it the wrong
the
way.
wrong way. You're just like, ease up, chick, ease up.
Man.
It was a big shock and surprise. When I texted him about it, he said, oh, I said, is this your house? He said, oh, LOL, yeah, that's my house. Whatever that means. Okay, so the other thing I
It
want to
means
speak
it's
on,
his
because like,
house.
there's so much to say, and it's not even.
It means it's his house. What do you mean, whatever that means? What aren't you understanding?
I mean, first man.
Oh, she felt like she deserved an explanation beyond that. Is this your house? Yes, it's my house. Oh, whatever that means. Stupid. What do you think? Whatever that means. It's what I just said. It's my house.
Deontay's in the house. Hey, let me drop, Deontay's in the house. Good seeing you, Deontay. I mean, I just think that she's yeah.
Fookie.
redeemable, but still, at this point in time,
Pookie and Fei, female Pookie and Ray Ray.
I mean, I mean, the thing is this: she hasn't given any evidence to me or shown any kind of statements that would lead me to believe that he led her on.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he didn't. I just haven't seen it yet. Because but because if you've noticed her statements, the only time that he said anything that we could clue in and say, yeah, he led you on was at the very beginning. But other than that, I haven't heard anything.
Yeah, me
I mean,
neither.
actually, a lot of his statements are point to the contrary. So that's the concern I have.
Yeah, I just listen, if you're in a relationship with a guy and you know this is going to lead to an engagement to marriage, then he's totally going to be upfront with you about his house situation. You know what I mean? He's totally gonna say, "Oh, babe, they're just here for a little while, but once we get married, they understand that they'll move out." But the fact that he said none of that, ding, 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 what does that tell you? He does not see a future with you. You are not his girlfriend like that. You are a guest.
Right. An overnight guest at that, not even like a week, you know?
Maybe not even an overnight. Who knows? Maybe he didn't let her sleep over. Who knows?
Not even gonna fit in this video either. So he's African, he's Ghanaian. A lot of people ask what ethnicity he was. He's African. He is currently in Africa. He left the day before Thanksgiving. He's been gone ever since. This is not the first time he's gone to Africa. When I said he has an okay job, I meant he has a good job. He makes 6 figures at his job. He's highly educated. He also has a business that he's starting on the side. He's doing, I don't want to tell you too much information because I don't want you to know who he is.
Stop it
I
right
don't know. If he's doing,
there. He's African, highly educated. He has a good job. Right then and there, I know for a fact he did not take this woman seriously at all.
No.
A Ghanaian man who has his shit together, educated, 6-figure job, and he's working on a business. He wants a woman that has her stuff together.
Mhm.
He wants a woman that has something going on for herself. Now she claims she had hundreds and thousands of dollars in the bank. I don't know.
Yeah, that's
She doesn't seem like his type. I'm sorry.
no, because he's basically it African men are looking for Melody Hobson. They're not looking for this young lady. That's basically, don't get me wrong, a, a young version of Melody Hobson with not nearly that as much money as Melody has because she's a billionaire, but
Mhm.
somebody who's like on that level who they can bring to their circles and not be embarrassed. You see what I'm saying? I'm not saying what this young lady is doing is embarrassing,
Right.
but what I'm saying is that she's admitted that he sounds like he might not be like a millionaire or a billionaire, but he sounds quite wealthy.
Yeah,
Uh,
at least well off.
right.
Yeah,
Right.
he was having fun. He was entertaining this girl. He did not want a future with her like that.
Right. Yep, and now she's complaining because he yeah, Mel is right. Why wouldn't he be going home? And the fact that he
Exactly.
goes home often shows you that that reinforces the fact that he's got some money.
Yeah. People were saying, "Oh, he must have a family in Ghana." I don't know if that's true or not. Me personally, I just think he don't want to deal with this chick.
So sometimes maybe he did go and he said he was going, right?
I don't know.
Yeah. Deonta says it's not all about money. They are looking for a traditional wife is all.
I'm not saying it's all about the money, but many African men, they want a wife. Like, yeah, they do want traditional wives, but at the same time, they're not going to, as far as the dating stage, they're not going to date some woman that does not have much going for herself.
Right.
Some woman that's just too needy and just looking for some man to save her. They're not attracted to that.
No,
You can still be a traditional woman, but don't be so pushy and intense and needy like this girl was. That will turn them off.
exactly. And the fact that he's in a group that is probably the most successful group in America, period. Period. I mean, of all the men,
Right.
African men are one of the most successful. They when they hit that plane and they fly over here, they about business. They
Exactly.
that's just
Exactly.
what it is.
And honestly, this goes for successful African American men too. A successful African American man is gonna see this chick and run the other way.
Right.
He will, yeah, he'll have his fun with her, he'll sleep with her, but no, this girl with her intense and her intensity and her neediness and her too much, mm-mm.
Mm.
No, no, no. You think Tyler Perry is gonna back this chick?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, no, he's not.
You think Michael Jordan is trying to get with this chick?
Nope.
No.
Well, Michael Jordan's kind of old, but Michael
But you know what I mean.
Michael B. Jordan, no.
No. Michael B. Jordan? No.
I think Michael
Successful.
B. Jordan learned his lesson when he dated what's her name? Um, he dated somebody else, and he actually he's about his business too. He wants to get married too, but I don't know. Anyway, enough of that.
Tevin said rich men date and marry broke women all the time, especially rich black men when it comes to broke right work. But see, this is the thing. She has a kid. She has a kid. And it's not only that, like, yeah, there's a lot of rich men who date broke women, but the thing is those broke women, they're not so pushy and needy and so intense. You know what I mean?
Right.
They let the man court them. They're not instantly all up in his business, questioning him about his household and all this stuff. Is this your house on in this Facebook group and all of that? That's my thing.
Right.
Real estate. He's starting a real estate company in Ghana. He's there right now checking on the house that he's building to sell. He's building a house there to sell. He's gone to Ghana before.
He's got money. Dude's got some money. Because Ghana is not cheap.
In like June to August, he went to Ghana. He said he was going to stay for a month. He stayed for 2.5 months. It created a significant strain in our relationship, but he came back, everything was fine. He decided to tell me that he was going to go to Ghana throughout the holiday season. I said, I don't think that's a good idea. This is our first holidays together. I think we should be together for our very first holidays. He tells me, no, I have to go. I have to go. I need to oversee some things that are going on with the project. It's way past due. The house has been supposed to be built.
She's way too needy.
Exactly.
If she's getting arguing with this guy about him handling his business and
Exactly.
and being tone deaf to that, you see what I'm saying?
Hmm.
But you know what the sign is? He
Mm.
didn't want to take her with him.
Exactly. Thank you. You read my mind. If he really cared about you like that, he would take you with him. He didn't even want to do that, chick. He's just not that into you.
Right.
He just wasn't that into her.
Need to be there. I'm thinking, what kind of things are they going to be doing over the holiday season? Like, it's freaking Christmas.
See,
What are they going to
and
be
right
doing?
None
there,
of your damn business. That's
oh,
his country. That's his family. What do you mean? What are they going to be doing? Celebrating the holidays? Girl, 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 girl.
I mean, look, you know me, I will defend a woman, but this I can't. I mean, this is going. I, I mean, I will say that. I mean, I, it's hard for me. I can't because I need to know more about her, but just a little bit I've seen.
Mhm.
There are some things that are concerning.
Yeah.
Doing like what tools are you going to get in? People are going to be on break, but he said that he needed to be there to oversee some things. He did not take no for an answer, and then when I pushed him about it, he said, well, you get to see your family all the time, I want to go see my family. Now it becomes less of I'm going to check on the house and more of I want to see my family for Christmas. What he's really doing there, I don't know. Do I think that maybe he has a secret family there because people keep asking me that? I don't know, man. I don't know the damn thing. I'm focused on the bills, okay? I need somebody to pay these bills. I'm not concerned about if he has secret families in Ghana. He said he would be back before New Year's.
Pause it,
He's a
pause
liar,
it,
so
pause it,
he's not here.
pause
He's still
it,
not
pause
here.
it, pause it, pause it, pause it, pause it. Excuse me? What kind of opportunistic, dusty ass shit did I just listen to? You don't care if he has a family, you're just worried about the bills. Who's gonna pay your bills? Excuse me? You dusty chick. How dare you? So you
See,
don't care if he supposedly has a secret family. You just want him to pay your raggedy ass bills. That's why she's a dusty.
that doesn't. I mean, let's hear that again. I'm becoming speechless in here. I'm just like my mouth is open. My mouth is open, but nothing's coming out. Let me see what she said. Let me hear this again. Here we go.
And more of I want to see my family for Christmas. What he's really doing there, I don't know. Do I think that maybe he has a secret family there because people keep asking me that? I don't know, man. I don't know the damn thing. I'm focused on the bills, okay? I need somebody to pay these bills. I'm not concerned about if he has secret families in Ghana. He said he would be back before New Year's.
Okay, wait a minute then. Okay, I'm thinking so hard I can't even talk. So
Man, if I had a brother and he was dealing with a chick like this, I would tell him to kick her to the curb because what did I say? Dusty.
I think she exposed herself, and I'll tell you why. Before, I thought she wanted to be with the guy and marry the guy because she
Hmm.
loved him. But now
She got
now she
desperate.
just doesn't care. She just cares if he pays her bills.
Yep. Dusty. Fookie and Fei Fei.
I ain't got nothing to say.
Fookie and Fei Fei. Pookies and Ray
I
Rays, Wookies
mean,
and Way Ways, Fookies and Fei Feis.
I, I, I mean, okay. I thought she would. The one thing that I was going to defend her on is that she's steadfast for marriage, and that I thought she was in love with the guy. But a woman who's in love with the guy doesn't want to share the guy, especially if the guy has established a family anywhere. You see what I'm saying? Oh my God. I mean, ooh, this hit me hard. I don't know what to say. I mean, she just went from
Look at these response. Nigerian men are more financially generous to their side pieces than Ghanaian men. You know what? That's another thing. Side chicks get treated better than she did. Like some side chicks, they get their bills paid. They even have, they get all these gifts. Even side chicks sometimes get some pretty good perks. This girl gets nothing. She gets a blanket for Christmas.
I mean, she's a disgruntled side piece. It sounds like, I mean, that's it. Right now, that's what I'm thinking. Is
Like,
she's a disgruntled side piece? Maybe like, you know, he, he has her around in America for when he gets those urges or whatever. But his heart or his at least his heart or at least his mind is elsewhere. It could be on business, can be on his family, and
he doesn't like her. Even if, let's say he does have a secret family, he's still not even giving you the nice rich man side chick treatment.
you know what the scary part is? I don't think she likes him.
Probably not. She just saw she saw him as a lick. Ooh, look at this good man with this
Right.
nice house and business, and he's making six figures. And girl, he's just not that into you.
I mean, wow. I mean, yeah. She talk about fumbling the bag.
She never had
Well, I
a
think she's
bag.
fumbling the bag and then kicking it.
No, the thing is, she never even had the bag to begin with. She never had the bag to begin. Her bills. He didn't let her move into his house. She never had anything.
That
He
is a
never.
good point.
He just dangled the bag in front of her, but he wouldn't let her have it.
I want to know. So the thing is if she has $200,000, if she had, look, if you're halfway logical about your money, it's hard to get rid of $200,000 in 3 years. I mean, you could literally not work and live off of that. So I don't know if she's honest either. I don't know if she's honest.
Yeah.
Nothing is lining up. Both are using one
He
another
didn't
to.
like her. He didn't like her.
Yeah.
He didn't like her.
This was more of an arrangement than anything. And it was, I mean, it wasn't even a financial arrangement.
It wasn't. I think he just gave her DICK and that was it.
Basically, no, no, oh, DICK and dinner. Because he probably fed her. You know,
Why
I
do I
think
feel like
that
he didn't even do that?
much. Man, okay, let's keep going. We still got
Yeah.
Cooking with Kaya to get through. So here we go.
Yeah.
Clearly he's a liar, so he's not here. He's still not here, and I think that space though was what I needed to give me distance.
Mel, Mel says she's just not very bright. Sorry.
Sorry.
To be able to look at the relationship from a different point of view. Also, for the people that are asking me, why can't I just go live with my parents? My father is dead. He died to cancer when I was 12, and my mom is not really doing well. Also, I live in a completely different state than all my family lives in, and I don't even know if I have the funds to like travel to a different state. When we had the conversation,
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Think about it like this. Let's say you are dead broke, right? But
Yeah.
I mean, you have probably enough money to get a Spirit flight wherever you need to go, you know, where you might have room and board. And then on top of that, hit up a Starbucks around the corner for some employment, because I mean, the key is that she would be back in the mix. You see what I'm saying? She could get herself together.
Yeah, if you have to put that Spirit that Spirit flight on a credit card, go to go to the state your family lives in and figure it out. Or yeah, like Dee said, take the
Yeah.
Greyhound. Mm.
I mean, the thing is as long as you don't have to go like now,
Yeah.
if you can wait a couple weeks, I mean, I swear to God, she could probably get from one side of the country to the other for about a buck and a half.
Yeah.
Not, no, not Spirit.
Well, it's something. But
Right.
oh my God, I feel bad that she lost her dad. Oh.
Yeah, that is sad though. That's that's something she probably, I mean, like I said, I think she would benefit if she could you know, I don't know, get some, to have somebody to talk to about that.
Yeah.
Moving in, and I told him that I needed to move in with him. I asked him, y'all. I know I said in the video, but I asked him. I said if it was okay, and that's why he gave me the response that no, it's not okay. He ended up saying like, we're not moving in until we're married, so if you're ready to get married, I'm ready to get married. Really, that's not the proposal of my dreams. I don't know if it's anybody else's proposal, and I don't know if he was serious or not. Like, but to say like, oh, we got married.
He wasn't.
Right. He wasn't serious. No.
Married because I was almost homeless is not the proposal of my dreams. It was very demeaning for him to just say that, like, oh, let's just get married then. Since you're ready to move in, let's just get married. That was very demeaning. I didn't appreciate that. I didn't like that. And I felt like that was the catalyst for me to say, I don't, even if you offered me a place to stay right now, I wouldn't even move in, because now I feel like I've begged you for it. I don't want anything that I had to fight for. I don't want a man to do something for me because I begged him to do it. I want him to do something for me because he wants to do something for me. So if you don't have it in you, you're not my man. Maybe you're somebody else's man, but this isn't going to be for me. So thanks everybody for tuning in. Like, this is the highlight of my year because it's been horrible. It's been hard, but I thank everybody for saying nice things and backing me, because I was starting to think that maybe I was the one in the wrong and that I had unrealistic goals. So thanks everybody for saying that I was not asking for too much and he should have been there for me. So
Okay, look. If he would have like been like, "Baby, let's get married," and then like he switched up on her, that's one
Yeah,
thing.
I
That's a
feel
big
like he did not say that.
thing.
I feel like
No, you know,
I feel
no,
like
I
he
don't
did
think
not say that.
we did not hear that once during this whole this whole thing. You know what I mean?
I do not believe that. Okay, fine. If you want to move in, let's get married. No, girl, I'm sorry. I don't believe it. I think he said, nope, take this blanket and get out of here.
Right. No, I don't believe he said that. I think what she's trying to do is use some sort of a analogy as fact. That's what she's trying to do. Tanya Sweat in the house, Tanya Sweat. But no, I mean, I have not. The important thing to pick out of this is this: the conversation was never about love. Everything that she said
Yeah.
from the beginning to the end, nothing was about love, and she never stated that he said anything that really had to do with we're married, let's get married, or anything like that. It all came from her own ideal at best, you know. So
Put a put a one in the chat if you if you think he said, okay, let's get married. Put a two in the chat if you think say that.
Mel says this.
Okay, let's keep watching.
Mel says, "My adult children aren't allowed to fly Spirit. We made that agreement. Just know." Yeah, spirit can be bad. Spirit can be bad. Let me tell you. So I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead. Oh, Deontay says pretty privilege gets you so far until you start to talk.
You gotta be a super baddie to get successful man with an attitude like that. And even then he won't marry her. Just trick on her. Yep. What more does she have to
I
say?
think that's the end of that. You think we should go into cooking with Kaya? Here we
Sure.
go.
Do you need Kai to cook you a steak and lobster dinner tonight? Welcome to another video. Cooking with Kaya. Cooking with Kaya. Cooking with Kaya. Cooking with Kaya.
I just have to write that. I was just used for an intro, but she, let me show you what she did. She cooks up some food. Oh, let me mute this. Where is that? There we go. So that looks pretty. I mean, that looks good. What do you think? First of all, have you heard of her? That looks great. Okay, let me pause it. All right, here we go.
Cooking with Kaya has been recently leaked in terms of adult.
Okay, Tam, are you there? Uh-oh, did Tam fall off? Oops, Tam, where? Okay, Tam must have fallen off. Okay, so Tam, let me drop the link again just in case Tam needs to come back up. Oh, there you are. Okay. Okay, there you are. Okay.
I've heard the name.
Okay. So basically, and I'm a little confused because they're saying that a lot of women are like bothered by her or whatever, but
What do you
I
mean
haven't
bothered by
seen
what?
any. I have yet to hear a complaint from a woman myself.
Why would
But
women be bothered with her? I don't understand.
and you know what I think it is? I think it's that they're trying to hype. Remember how Passport Bros used to go, "Oh yeah, the ladies can't stand it when Passport Bros channel, travel, right?"
Mhm.
But you ask a woman, if you ask a woman outside of YouTube, well, what do you think about the Passport Bros? They're like, "Passport who?" This might be the same situation.
I don't understand how it's the same situation though. But why is she controversial? Why is she a problem? I don't understand.
Let's Hey, welcome Deontay. What do you think? Why do you think she's controversial, Deontay?
Hey, DJ, can you hear me?
Sure can. You sound good.
Okay. Um, I don't really know much about the cooking with Kaya. Can you tell me about her?
Yeah.
Some let me let Maury break it down real quick. But basically, my short soliloquy will be that she is a young lady who is a chef in a way. I don't know if a legit chef or whatever. It doesn't matter because people have cooking shows on YouTube all the time, and they're not technically chefs, but they're just good cooks, right? So she cooks food, but she, adds a little, let's say, spinaz to it, a little bit of sexiness to it as well. And she's made some jokes like "I'm going to take your man" and that kind of stuff. And and for some reason, there's this hype that women are hating on her, but I just haven't seen it anywhere.
I've seen, from what I've seen from her, from clips and just people kind of talking about her, I've never seen any of her videos like alone or solo. It seems like she's cooking. Maybe she's talking about how I mean, obviously she's playing Destiny's Child. So what she's saying is she'd cook for her man and women ain't cooking for their men no more or something. And she's saying that this is the way that they should go about serving their man or something, which I'm sure would upset a lot of different, types of women. So is that kind of what she's doing?
I think so. And the weird thing is that I think it's a fair assumption to make that women cook more than men do right now. So
Yeah.
I don't see how. Let me just play the tape. But
Yeah, because I'm failing to see why women are mad at her unless she said or did something to them.
yeah, exactly. And Mel says this. They lie and torch as usual. They was attempting to triangulate women against one another. And Tanya Sweat says very something similar. She's the latest triangulation for the cryosphere is using to shame women to make them a sandwich.
Okay.
Here we go.
Content. And recently, as we all know, she's been embroiled in a lot of drama. A lot of people hating on her because she's a young, attractive woman who cooks in a kitchen and showing off her food to the world and making claims that she can steal other women's men with her cooking. And that seems to rub a lot of women the wrong way. So recently, she's been bashed up and down the timeline. Seems like there's a lot of jealousy, envy, hate, malice, and just downright evilness pointed toward this girl for no reason. Like, chill. chill. All Cooking with Kaya was trying to do was switch it up. What are the 3 things men like? Food, ass, beer, and an ice cold drink. And she tried to combine all 3 into a little cutesy little package for her audience, and it worked.
Cooking with Kaya. Cooking with Kaya. Cooking with
Kaya. Kaya. I like the song. Cooking.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
what's wrong with that?
I mean, the thing is, I have no problem with it, and I haven't seen any women have any problem with it.
I don't have a problem with it.
So I want to know these women that have, a problem. I mean, the thing is that obviously somebody's had a problem, because there's always going to be somebody who's going to have a problem with something, generally, just because there's going to be a certain percentage. So, I mean, I guess what they're mad because she's saying, I'm going to take your man or something like that. And
if you know your man can't be taken, then you shouldn't be mad.
Yeah, I mean, and she can't. I mean, the thing is this is probably logistically impossible.
Exactly. First of all, you can't take a man. A man willingly goes where he
Right.
wants to go.
Kaya.
Like, why are they so mad, bro? Like, she just baked some mac and cheese while shaking that mac and cheese. Like, bro, double whammy. Like, of course she's gonna blow up.
Cooking with Kaya. Cooking with Kaya. Cooking with Kaya. Cooking with Kaya.
I mean, it's so simple. Like I said, food, ass, ice cold bevy on the side. Like, the formula is very simple, ladies. Like, anybody who's jealous about Cooking with Kaya, cooking for her audience while shaking that wagon and singing her little Cooking with Kaya, clearly is just projecting. Like, I guess a hit dog will holler. Like, how are you out here?
See, and that's the problem is why, I mean, why are they trying to, the thing is this, the problem I have with some, with a lot of manosphere people is they literally pick fights for no reason. I have never had ever. Now, Kaya's been out for like, what? I would say at least, I've known of her just recently, but she's probably been around for a year, right? Even Deontay, even on this channel, I have never had a woman come up here and go, F Kaya, that woman is out of control. You see what I'm saying? I've never had that. So where are these guys getting this idea from? I don't get it.
I'm sure they found, you know how it is, man.
Right, and they keep retaping them and stuff, retaping the same person, make it seem like, there's more than one. I mean, you're generally going to find somebody who's going to find anything offensive, right? But, dang, everybody's dropping off. I think it's I got to check and see if there's something going on.
No, that's my bad, DJ. You remember my phone was having the same issue. I don't know why it's doing that. But like I was saying, like, you can have a million people agree to something, and they'll always be able to find at least one person who doesn't like it, and
Right.
they'll put them on blast across all media to make it seem like, it's more than just this one person. I'm sure they found a woman out there who did not agree with this for some reason. Like how they find those women on the panels who say stuff like, I won't serve my man food. Like, just stuff like that. Like, and then that turned into a big argument. So something is, so I'm sure that's what happened. They just found a woman who said, I'm not about to be cooking and doing all this stuff for no, whatever. And they probably took that one woman who said that, blasted her up and ran with it.
True. Welcome to the stage, Tanya Sweat.
Good afternoon, everyone. I guess I can agree with what you said, but basically, for them, that one disillusioned woman that's mad about her, they multiply by 1,000.
Oh, that's what it is. Okay. Oh, Tim's back. Okay, good.
Oh, sorry. What did I miss?
We were just talking about Kaya.
Cooking with, now the song's stuck in my head. Cooking with Kaya. Cooking with Kaya.
I'm up there twerking to it. That's sad though.
Yeah. Cooking with Kaya. Cooking with Kaya. I don't see anything wrong with it.
Yeah, I don't either. Okay, Deontay's phone.
I don't.
Let me.
I'm just laughing at the way they using that. And the women that they're trying to really triangulate with that, they're not the ones responding.
Right. I mean, generally, you might get some woman with very, very strong church ties that if you wear a tight something anywhere, right,
Mm-hmm.
they'll oppose something like this. But those aren't the women these guys are going after or trying to talk to anyway. So
Hmm.
I think they're trying to make this. Hey, it's fine as long as it benefits Kaya. I'm fine, fine.
Listen, these judgmental, long skirt wearing church ladies, those are the ones sometimes be sleeping with the pastor. So I don't want to hear
True,
Amen.
true. Yeah. Amen.
Got so
Well,
much to say. Meanwhile, you're giving the goodies up to the pastor.
Right.
So I don't want to hear it.
But
and deacon brother, good brother.
Exactly, exactly. Giving up to deacon brother, good brother, giving it up to the choir director and the pastor and the assistant pastor, maybe the youth pastor. So, like, please
The
cut
whole
it out.
pastoral team.
Exactly. So I don't want to hear it.
I don't know. They might be after some of them deaconesses too. Who knows?
This what?
You never know.
true.
It might be what?
I say it could be the deaconesses too. You never know.
Exactly. So well, just be quiet.
Welcome, Bridget. Bridget's in the house. Let me play a little bit more. Here we go.
Coming for Kaya when we live in the age of all kinds of twerking and sexual depravity and Molly Percocet drug abuse chants in every rap song, right? But then when one young lady tries to switch it up, tries to say, hey, maybe I should go against the grain and start making cooking content that a lot of other Gen Z girls aren't really doing. Yeah, I'ma still twerk. I'm never gonna give that up. But maybe instead of just shaking my ass on TikTok all day, I can actually make a career out of becoming an amateur chef on top of it. Bring the best of two worlds together.
You know what the weird thing? You know what the weird thing is? Is that
But
I think the same guys who complain about modern women, right,
uh-huh.
love her show. The funny thing is she would be defined as a modern woman, right? Oh,
Exactly.
she's
Yeah.
twerking on videos and
Exactly. She's got a tattoo.
right. Long fingernails,
Exactly.
but they love her to death.
Exactly. And she's not bothering anybody. But yeah, like, a lot of men do like to pit women against each other. And unfortunately, sometimes we fall for it. You know what I mean? I personally think as a woman myself, we don't champion each other enough. We don't celebrate each other enough because, it's like society programs us to be competitive with each other. So I fully admit that yeah, that is a big flaw with us women. We need to celebrate each other more, uplift each other more instead of being in competition and trying to outdo each other.
Oh, Tanya, please come back up. I dropped the link again. Tanya goes, dang it, I guess the restroom don't like my commentary. Yeah, but yeah, feel free to come back up. Okay, I will listen to the clouds and thanks for having me. But yeah, let's see. Okay, got it. Okay, so yeah, let's see where we're.
Bridget
And you
said
get something nobody else
men
is
love
really doing.
cat fights. Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead, go ahead.
No, Bridget said men love cat fights. Let me
That's the point.
comment on that real quick. They say women are emotional, right?
Right.
Anger is an emotion, true or false?
True.
The men who say women are emotional are the same ones that get on panels and be like, nigga, fuck you, F you, F you, F you. Oh, come see me, come see me. Oh, I bet you wouldn't say it to my face. I bet you wouldn't say it to my face. Oh, yeah, let's meet up. Pick the place so we can box each other. Oh, yeah, let's meet up. Let's meet. Oh, you're gay. You're gay. That sounds like a cat fight to me, true or false?
That sounds like a cat fight.
And that sounds very emotional to me.
Very emotional. Very.
I would agree. I think that most black men that are 40 years old and younger are extremely emotional, just because of the ways that we grew up. Not having a male figure in the house for most men, and they just around a lot of feminine energy. And I'm not saying that the women are well, they're not doing it on purpose, but it's just different ways that men take care and punish children, especially boys, than a woman can. They just can't. I think I told you before, DJ, about I was 12 years old and I got into some trouble at school. Wasn't nothing crazy, just a little detention. And my mom had started to whoop me. And I started laughing because at 12 years old, it didn't hurt no more. And she went to punch. Yeah, like if she got mad and went to punching on me, and that didn't hurt. And I'm like, oh, you ain't doing shit. That's what I'm thinking in my mind. So now my father was in my life, so she told my dad about what happened. And 2 days later, let's just say, I never fucked up again. But a lot of boys don't have that. So what
Right.
do you do when they realize at 12, 13, 14, mommy can't handle me no more? And now I'm running the house. So they get over emotional. Nobody learns how to teach them to divert that into something else. And they become grown men. And like you said, they're up here arguing over little stuff. So yeah, that a lot of men under 40 are very emotional.
Very good point.
Doing out here? Like, it's fucking genius.
Girl, I could steal your man with this dinner I just cooked, bro. Take a good look.
Oh yeah, I see why they mad, man. I mean, just look at that plate. Steak, loaded potatoes, garlic bread,
That
cheesy
does look good though.
Yeah,
Brussels
see,
sprouts, or what is that, bean stalks? Like, good.
I mean, she can cook.
yeah, that
Video
takes
with
time.
cooking with Kaya.
I'm
Cooking
sorry,
with
Reverend.
Kaya.
That takes
Cooking
time to
with
learn how to
Kaya.
cook like that.
Good lord. So not only on top of a
I'm sorry, go ahead, Deontay.
I'm sorry, I was just saying that takes time to cook like that. Multiple reps, like you're not just watching the internet video and then copying it. Because I learned that way too. Like it's not that simple. You got to cook something two, three, four times before you really get it down pat.
Right.
fire ass plate with protein and carbs and a little veggies on the side. She's blowing kisses at me too. And it's just beautiful because it's so simple.
Girl, your man will be took if you woke up to breakfast in bed at Kai's house.
I mean, like, just immaculate. I mean, maybe she really can steal somebody's man with all this cooking.
1, 2, Kaya's coming for you. Wake up and make a man some breakfast before I do.
I'm sorry, I just found that funny. Let me go back on that one too. Kai is coming for you.
Like, just immaculate. I mean, maybe she really can steal somebody's man with all this cooking.
1, 2, Kaya's coming for you. Wake up and make a man some breakfast before I do.
Lord have mercy, I'm about to bust.
Listen, man, ladies and gentlemen, I think this is a positive.
Bridget says steak and breast special.
Trend. I think this is a beautiful thing. You know, too many times the young generation has been led astray by a lot of buffoonery, malarkey, and just negative things like trash ass debauchery rap, singing about Molly Percocet, overly sexual ass rappers like Sexy Red or Ice Spice, goddamn bot ass OnlyFans thoughts promoting their content in every goddamn Twitter comment section you can imagine. Like, you can't even open Twitter in public no more. Like, I think this is a healthy trend. Yeah, sure, Kaya's still twerking, like shaking that wagon. Like, personally, I don't have a problem with it. I mean, good God. But now that cooking with Kaya has gained so much popularity, so much influence online and positive feedback, that she's actually managing to have an impact on the culture. Like, she really done did the impossible and managed to get women back in the kitchen again.
That's the myth. And that's where this at least this particular um content creator is misrepresenting fact. And I'll tell you why. Women cook more than men do. So who's being pushed back into the kitchen? I mean, really. I mean, feel free to go, oh yeah, cooking with Kai is fun and she's a new twist to the cooking channels and all that. That's perfect. But to misrepresent the status of who's doing the cooking in our community is where it's ridiculous. That's where it's disingenuous. At least that's
I
my
have no
opinion.
problem. I have no problem with cooking with Kaya. And if she is encouraging people to cook, men, women, I'm all for it.
Yeah, me too. But exactly that. Just please don't insult my intelligence into thinking that women don't cook. That's the problem I have.
Hmm.
That's impossible. At the very least, women cook at least for their own. So
Hmm.
what kitchen is he talking about that that these women have to go back into? Everybody needs to eat.
Hmm.
And if anybody doesn't cook, it's dudes. We don't cook. Shoot.
Yeah, and I have a question. These guys that talk about women that don't cook or do cook, okay, if you're one of these manosphere men, whatever you call yourself, and if you don't live with your mommy and you don't have a wife or girlfriend yet, what are you eating?
Exactly.
Are you cooking?
I mean, they should. I mean, their mom just gave them free room and board, but
No,
it's
no,
usually
no,
the
DJ
mom.
Torch. No, DJ Torch, listen. If you are one of these manosphere guys complaining about cooking and you don't live with your mom or you don't have a wife or girlfriend yet, you live alone, what are you eating? I hope you're cooking.
I think they're
Because if
doing
you're
more
not,
ordering.
because if you're not, then you don't get to talk trash about who cooks and who doesn't.
Right.
I think that depends on their income, really, because if they're making a certain like a minimum wage, they're probably eating out a lot more or eating like out the box. What they say, the middle of the store, all the dry foods in the boxes.
Right.
Um, they're making a little bit more. I'm not saying six figures either. If you're making 40 to 50,000 at minimum, you can buy groceries and cook yourself a good meal every day, or at least 3 or 4 times a week. I know a lot of men that cook on their own. But again, it just depends. Like if they're not living with their mom or with a woman, and they can afford to live by themselves, and they're making 40 bands or more a year, yeah, those guys probably, they'll probably cook too. Not that much, but it just depends. But the ones who are living less than that, no, they ramen noodles, dollar menu, bouncing from house to house. Whoever can make some food for them, they're not even thinking about it.
Good point. Great point.
Real bad bitches know how to cook. Cooking with Maya. I be shaking up, you know? Cooking with Maya. Cooking with Maya.
Like, need I say more?
But okay, well, I said my spiel about the disingenuousness of it. These women were probably cooking before, and I'm happy that they're getting their due. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've seen a lot of because I'm really into a lot of like the online YouTube chef channels. I follow a few of them myself, and uh, the internet is wonderful because these people would have never been known. They got millions of subscribers. But there's a lot of women who cook. I say obviously like a lot of these women are like mothers. They're married. They 30 plus. But I've seen a few younger girls Now they got a catch to them like how Kaya got. Cause I just discovered Kaya, but like they'll wear like those tight little girl pajama onesies while they cooking. You know, it's like a thirst trap or whatever, but they really know how to cook them.
Right.
And it's a flip for a lot of these women. They're like, okay, I'm already bad as hell. I got all these dudes after me. Now I'm about to show you like I can cook too. Because they know when you get to a certain level of man you're going after, like how we talked about with Hunter, Travis, um, all the women are drop dead gorgeous. All these women are beautiful. All these women got beautiful bodies. So it's like now we looking for something a little bit extra. Like, oh, you about to be nagging me wanting to go to the mall all day and you bad and beautiful, or you about to be in the kitchen like cooking me a gourmet meal and you bad and beautiful. Now, I want to spend the money on you now. You ain't gotta beg me to take you to the mall. We going to the mall anyway because I appreciate you. So the women who understand it at that level, they want to learn how to cook, and do things like that.
Exactly. Kevin
Cooking
says,
with Kaya. Cooking with Kaya.
In fact, Tam is a perfect example. She's cooked dishes on her own channel. Makes me mad. I mean, especially when I'm eating at lunch something dry and not tasty at all. And she shows me, oh, look at this triple steak with sauteed mushrooms and a potato. And I'm eating a sandwich. I'm mad.
Oh, I like to show that off a little bit, not too much.
Yep, cooking with Tam. Shoot,
Yeah, but I need to learn how to twerk first.
learn how to what?
Yeah. I need to learn how to twerk better. I'm not on I'm not on cooking with Kaya's twerking levels. So, yeah.
No, the smile is plenty. All you have to do is just smile.
Oh, you're kind. You're kind. You're kind. But no, I just in 5 years, can this whole gender war BS stop? Is this still gonna be going on?
Yeah, yeah, probably. It's big money.
Big money. Who is making the money?
A very small group.
Oh, all these YouTube
I should
channels, like,
actually what I
any-
I'm sorry. Go ahead, DeAndre.
I'm sorry, I was just saying, like anybody who has a platform, like the Manosphere, for example, they went through the roof during the pandemic and they carried it. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, it's like these men, we got our thing about Kevin Samuels. I know most everybody hates him, but they worship this dude like he's the freaking god of this.
Yes.
Like even dude, my guy's been dead for almost 4 years, and his YouTube channel still gets views. Like it's crazy because
That's
this
true.
whole gender war thing, and this is nothing but a product. Yeah, this is nothing but a product of what happened in the 80s and 90s of the pick the black man versus the black woman type deal, and now we just playing it out by ourselves in our own communities online. It's ridiculous. The stuff that we up here arguing about.
Yeah.
Like I'm seeing black men that actually have. You guys know that guy Anton Daniels. Like I listened to his channel before he got into the gender war stuff, and he was just talking about finances, right, and real estate. He's really, really good at that. Like he understands it at a great level, but it wasn't making him much content online when nobody was watching. As soon as he started
Mm-hmm.
talking about women and versus men, his shit went through the roof. He's wasting his intelligence on this dumb shit. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Right.
Like, I think a lot of us are like, being entertained is one thing, right? But being like so addicted to it, like every day we gotta find some, like you said, DJ. Somebody had to find some reason to make this cooking with Kyler thing a man versus woman or a woman versus woman thing. Like this is stupid.
Bars. That's exactly how I feel. Let's see what else is on here.
I mean, I think this is a positive step in the right direction.
Cooking with Taryn, tasting meals with Taryn. Cooking with
Hey,
Ashley.
This is
Wait a minute.
why,
She had
despite
a
hey.
what
pizza box. What's up with that?
Wait,
No,
what?
Ashley had a pizza box. Look. Ashley, look, watch.
Cooking with
Isn't that a pizza box?
It looks like it.
So
Ashley, why are you capping?
Yeah.
Ashley.
Ordering with
this is
Ashley.
why
Ordering with Ashley. DoorDash with Ashley. DoorDash with.
exactly.
Sing the song correctly, Ashley. DoorDash with Ashley. DoorDash with Ashley.
So like, okay, here we go.
despite what everybody else wants to say, we need positive role models in
See, Deontay, this is what Tam does. And she always releases her videos like at noon. They're always at noon.
Oh, DJ Torch.
Okay.
I cook a.
That's
I'm
the worst meal of my
alright.
day. And,
I
and
need.
here she is.
I need a. I need a.
She, she
Listen, I'm
look,
not
she
gonna
get
lie.
one.
I'm very jealous of these meals I'm seeing on these cooking with Kaya women. Their meals look bomb. I would learn from them. If they did like a cooking class, I would watch their videos. I would. There's
society.
nothing
We
wrong with
need
cooking.
good leaders to look up to. And now Cooking with Kaya is on her way to becoming like some type of positive leader of Gen Z women and below. Like, I want to see more of this type of content. But unfortunately, despite all
But again, I mean, these are the men these women say they don't want. These are the women that these men say they don't want, but they really do want. Otherwise,
Yeah.
so I'm just why the dude's capping.
Oh no, yeah, men definitely want a woman like that. It's a lot of different things. Like you'll be surprised at small things. I mean, it just depends on the man. Every man not the same. But a lot of the basic general things are the same with most men. And I mean, this is one of them. But you gotta. It's also something you gotta be able to work for. This is what I think one of the biggest problems that we have when it comes to the men versus women is the value system. Obviously money is valuable. You know, but men don't look, especially men who make money. Men don't look at women the same way when it comes to money. If there's a man out there, he makes a great enough money to take care of him and the whole family by himself and some. He's not necessarily looking for a woman who's doing the same thing as him financially. This is what he's looking for. He's looking for a woman that's a woman, traditional woman, and that's not a bad thing. I don't know why they keep making it seem like it's a bad thing when you say that. He's looking for a woman that's going to be about him, his family. Uh, Obviously, like she's not going to be out here running the streets. She's appreciative because he's going to treat her like a queen. But he can't treat her like that if she gonna be out here acting selfish, acting crazy. She don't want to, do anything right for the kids, for the home. Like I say, the CEO's wife is the CEO of the CEO's life. That's what he's looking for. He's looking for a chick that can run his whole show for him while he's conquering the world. That's just what it is. And most men obviously are not going to
Hmm.
live up to that level. Every woman want a superwoman, but you can't be a superwoman when you broke. And I don't mean like just even financially broke, just when you broke minded,
Right.
and it's the vice versa. Every woman not
Right.
gonna get the man that they want. It's probably you watching Kendra DJ. I know you only show the men that's dusty on there, DJ, but the women on there are crazy. Some of these chicks, they coming up there with 5 kids, with 5 different men, tattoos all over them, all their baby daddies who they hate now. Talking about I want a 6 figure man to come take care of me and my kids. Like, a man not
Okay.
gonna work his
Okay.
whole life up
Okay.
to that point to do that.
Okay.
So
I have to ask a question. No disrespect, Deontay, but I really have to ask this question. Is this an exaggeration? Are women with 5 baby daddies who aren't doing anything for themselves, are they really demanding a 6 figure man. Is that true? I just because I don't believe any woman in that situation would really be that bold to say that with with 5 kids with 5 different men, not doing shit with her life, wants
Yeah.
a 6-figure childless man. They're not really saying that, are they?
Well, yeah, and I can tell you exactly why. One, the videos are out there, but two, how many times have you heard the vice versa of that though? How many times have you heard of a man with 8, 9 kids just got out of jail, but he talking about he want a top notch woman that's yeah, like dude, no, you're not about to get no
Okay, I
chick
will
like
admit
that.
that. I
And
will
it's,
admit that. I've heard that bullshit. I
yeah,
have heard that. I have,
yeah, and
you're
yes,
absolutely right. I have heard that.
there are men or women out here, and the crazy part is that they have no shame. They will go on to the Kendrick show, say their name, where they from, the dating app, and everything, and they
Mm-hmm.
got all of these kids. And it's like, and I'm not bashing
Then they're
women, but I
ridiculous.
am saying that like, yeah, you can't,
Then they're
you
very,
know,
very delusional.
you
They
can't
are
do it,
very delusional. Yeah, that's very
and they wonder
delusional. That's
why
just
they
like that.
don't get you.
Right, right. They have the same attitude as that woman we just watched whose boyfriend ghosted her, who said millionaires sleep in their cars. You know what I mean? This goes for men or women. If you are a woman with 5 baby daddies on welfare, where do you get off telling Kendra, whatever her name is, I want a 6-figure man. I want a high earning childless man. Excuse me?
And you
Exactly.
know what the craziest part of it is? They don't all say this, but some of them would say this word that I had to really teach myself about what it really meant. They would say that they deserve this man after everything they've been through. So all the negative things they've been through, they believe they deserve this man. When it's like, dude, but deserving something means that you didn't just go through a bunch of random, hurtful pain. It means that you put yourself through a situation that you
Exactly.
had to work for. Now you deserve something. Yeah, you can't go out here. I can't go out here and gamble my life away. Gain 500 pounds, become an alcoholic, and then have 10 kids with 10 women, and then say now that all this negative shit happened to me, I deserve. I made the decision to do that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't deserve. I deserve exactly what I'm getting. You know. So I don't know.
They say I deserve. I mean, you can want all you like. You can want it all you like,
Well,
but
it's just
you're saying you
yeah.
deserve it?
Well, I mean, I understand where they come from when they try to say it at first. Like they feel like, and anybody will feel like this when you just dealt with this negativity your whole life. You feel like
Hmm.
eventually something good's got to happen. I deserve it at this point. Now, deserving it um, is an actor in Hollywood who's been playing in commercials for 10 years and TV show backgrounds for 5 years and then little small roles in movies. And then next thing you know, they win a fucking Academy after 25 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's deserving. Like, somebody who's been working in their office job and working their way up for 15,
Yeah,
20 years. Now they finally making, 200 something thousand. Like, that's deserving.
right. I want to address Eat Pray Yoga's comment. Eat Pray Yoga. Yeah, a 6-figure man. Oh, I agree with you. They may sleep with um a woman that has 5 baby daddies, but are they wifing her up? Anybody could sleep with anybody, but
Exactly.
are
I
they
think that is
wifing?
that is the biggest problem when it comes to men and women who are asking for more than they actually can get. Because there
Exactly.
are a bunch of men out here who I don't know how I don't want to be vulgar, DJ, but they good at doing one thing. Okay, that's having sex. All right, they out here slaying wood and they threw animals at it, but they have nothing else going on in their life, and it might be a successful. woman out here who she ain't getting that. So she'll mess with this dude on a sexual level. But that's it. And then it's vice versa. Where you would have a man, he'll be successful, he'll never marry this chick, right? She all out in the streets
Mhm.
doing whatever. But he ain't hit that shit
Mhm.
though. Like he'll go to a amusement park and ride the roller coaster all day, but he ain't about to bring it home and put the roller coaster in the backyard. So like that's really
Mhm.
all it is. But it makes that woman think, oh well, if I can have sex with this
Mhm.
many men who are doing this, then they obviously want to marry me. And that's the issue.
Exactly. And I'm not referring to like I'm not referring to all single moms. Like there are a lot of successful women out there. Maybe they have a kid or two with their ex-husband and then it doesn't work out and then they meet another man. Those I'm not referring to those women. I'm referring to raggedy women who have 5 kids with 5 different daddies, probably don't even know who the daddies are, who are on welfare, who are living in the hood, who are living a government funded lifestyle. Those are the ones I'm talking about. I don't know what successful man is wifing them up. So there's a different type I'm talking about. So don't get confused with what I mean. But a lot of people need to
Oh
be
no, I know what you're
realistic.
saying.
Yeah, they do need to be realistic about the type of person that they can get.
True.
Like that woman we were talking about whose boyfriend who ghosted her boyfriend. That man was not trying to be with her. That man was not trying to marry her.
And it sounded like he made it at least to me, it sounded like he made it clear. So it it doesn't sound like, I mean, obviously, I just didn't get the feeling that he was leading her on as much as that. I mean, I obviously he did technically, but he at the same time, it didn't sound like he made any kind of commitment to her other than the very first conversation. And then the problem is we don't really know what she's saying is true or not true. It's hard for me to really, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I definitely see what you're saying. So who's the next topic? We talked about Melody, we talked about Cooking with Kaya, we talked about Dusty Girl, who's
I um we have one more, maybe. Have you ever heard of Joy Taylor?
Yes.
why is that name escaping me?
Let's go over it real quick. Basically, I guess what they're saying is that she's been sleeping around with some of the staff at work, which to me I don't care because really that's their business. But let's go over it and see what happens.
Now let me move on to
Yeah.
a subject that I personally was looking forward to tackling because it's fun to me. I'm just going to let you know that right now, okay? Recently, media personality Joy Taylor of FS1 was speaking with co-host Taylor Rooks, the great Taylor Rooks, on their Too Personal podcast about what
Okay, let's keep it going.
she wants in a man she would consider dating. And ladies and gentlemen, I must say, it was pretty interesting to hear. Take a look.
These hypotheticals have got us in a chokehold, and we must free ourselves.
Yoga drops a gem by saying, first, black men are not wifing up anyone. 60% of them are single. They're only offering sex, period. That's period is my point.
Fun to argue about. It's fun to talk about what you would do in this scenario, or would you leave the game if the seats were high, or if a man took you this place on a first date, what you would do. And I'm telling you, like, every interaction that I have with people now, in some way or another, these things come up. Can we just keep it a buck? If they're fine enough, if they're funny enough, or if their financial status is what you want, fine, funny, fucking money. You're throwing all boundaries, standards, all that shit you talked on Instagram about how you would never, and this woman ain't cute because women this and men this. And you're moving forward with this person.
What do you guys think?
hell was all of that? And all of it. No, you can still have boundaries even if he's fine, funny, and financially stable.
Right. But I guess
You can still have standards. You could be fine, funny, and financially stable, but if you're boring and you have absolutely no personality, or if you're abusive,
And
no. Yeah, boundaries and standards kick in.
and
What the hell?
yeah, and then you got the famous picture of 25-year-old Anna Nicole Smith on Tori Spelling's half corpse 85-year-old lap. You know, like it depends on the woman again, but
That's true.
excuse me. What it is that rich men are more rare. I can't even say that beautiful women are really rare because beautiful women are like out here, you know? Like it's ridiculous. I mean,
Mm.
rich famous men go after women who are dating regular guys working at Walmart because like
Listen, yeah.
the average woman is beautiful, you know? So it's an overabundance of beautiful women. Then you have a very rare amount of rich men.
But see,
I do believe
yeah,
what Joy Taylor was saying at that level, like,
right. Yeah, okay. But to
oh no,
to
go ahead.
respond to that, huh? To respond to that though, a lot of
No, I was
these,
just saying I'm done.
yeah, like, but a lot of these billionaires, when you look at their wives, the wives are average looking women. They're not even these drop dead gorgeous supermodel types. That's the
right.
crazy thing. Mark Zuckerberg's
Yeah,
wife,
and you
she,
see,
yeah, she's pretty, but she's not like, oh my god, she's an average pretty woman. Um, um, Bill Gates,
that
Bill Gates' ex-wife Melinda Gates, she's regular looking.
yeah, Melinda,
Melinda is regular
she's
looking, not ugly, but she's not
yeah,
out of this world supermodel gorgeous. She's
Yeah.
regular.
Good point.
These
yes.
men are
Now
not smart enough. They
remember,
don't become billionaires by chasing after bimbos with no brain.
No, they're looking to be a power couple. So they're choosing women that are not only they don't find necessarily because of course those guys have so much money they're not going to find somebody financially equal, but intellectually equal and culturally equal, and that means that not only the culture but the circles they roam in, somebody who they can take along with them and not worry about being embarrassed.
yes, and remember too when you look at the billionaires, most of the billionaires we'll never know or see who these people are. It's thousands of them, and but secondly, the ones that we do are exposed to. A lot of these guys were not rich when they started off, when they got married, when they were coming up in the ranks. And they are the most, a lot of these guys are the most driven people in the history of people on this planet. Like anybody who turned themselves from, I don't care if they even had to start off with $1 million. If you somehow turn that into billions of dollars and you got a whole empire out here, like you said, Zuckerberg. Zuckerberg is calculated. His wife comes from a prominent family in China that's really deep into the Chinese Communist People's Party and the government. He didn't just marry her
Hmm.
on accident. He knew what he was doing when he married her because he wants to get into China. And he's into China big time. Uh, Everything is strategic. It's like the royal family, how they all intermarry with each other. All of them are cousins down the line. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's fourth, fifth, sixth, tenth cousin, all of them are interchangeable with each other, DNA wise. And then you get, but then you get like Jeff Bezos, who started Amazon. He was married to his wife for 20 something years. They get divorced, and he did go marry a supermodel. You know, it just happens like that. But when they are chasing
Hmm.
their dreams and conquering the world. Like they don't need a supermodel on their arm. They need a woman that's going to be able to help them run their entire empire with them. I mean, that's just the way it is. They don't think like if you're just a superstar athlete worth $2 million, you ain't thinking about running the damn world. You need to do a bad chick at all times. You know, that's just how they think.
Yeah, Tanya Sweat says only our group of men would trade up women they deemed hitting the wall for a younger model.
Yikes.
Bars. Here we go.
Oh, stop being
I had to
dramatic.
get up out of my seat to address this particular topic.
Sit
First
your
things
ass down.
first, Joy Taylor and Taylor Rooks are both friends of mine. I don't ignore the fact that they are beautiful friends of mine because they both are gorgeous. But they're also highly reputable in this field, and two individuals I am proud to call contemporaries and colleagues in this business. They do a hell of a job, and that was long before they had their own podcast, Too Personal. So let's get that out the way.
Yo, isn't it funny how the past can catch up with you?
Okay, let's see what this Dusty is going to say. Here we go.
Now, I'm not saying Joy Taylor did anything wrong. And everything I'm saying
Okay, so what are you about to say? Let's see what we can say.
is allegedly in this video. It's alleged. Now, Joy Taylor is not being sued. Her name is just mentioned in the lawsuit, okay? But that podcast she was on just let me know she's high maintenance. And I seen women like this before. I met them and I dated them. I live in that.
Wait a minute. Why did he make it about him?
Let's watch DJ Torch. Hopefully he gets to a point.
Angela Reddick in the house. Here we go.
Atlanta. And I'm a guy, I'm an entrepreneur that makes some pretty good money. Some females know I got money. And when they know that, they try to dig in your pockets, you dig? So the thing she was saying about the basketball game or whatever, I'm familiar with those type of women. With that being said, I can see why people saying she slept her way to the top. Cause she seemed like, according to that video, she seemed like the type of woman that'll do anything for $1. Now, as far as her skills, she got skills. I watch her show all the time. She got skills. She can make it to the top without sleeping with anybody. She got that kind of skills. But she can't be too mad that these allegations are coming up because you exposed yourself a couple of months ago. Or maybe a year ago. I forgot when that podcast came out. But she do seem like that type of chick. And that's a chick I wouldn't date. It's not that I can't afford
I don't
her.
believe he's rich. I don't believe this man is rich. I'm going to keep it going.
I just don't like women with that mentality. And I understand that you want a provider. You want a protector and a provider. I understand that.
Oh, he's red pill. He just gave himself away. She never said.
Wait. What?
He said.
He said what?
He said provider, protector. I didn't hear any of those words come out of her mouth.
But see, this is what I don't understand. Men like this, but they don't want a woman that has a degree and has a career and has her own money. They say, no, she's too masculine. She's too independent. She's too this. She's too that. Oh, women with money can't submit to a man. But then when you have women who want a wealthy man, oh, she's a gold digger. What? Which is it?
It's the conundrum. It's a self-made conundrum. Let's put it that way.
Put it out there on the forefront, like that's the only thing you're thinking about, it turns me off. But at the end of the day, Joy is a grown-ass woman. She can do whatever she want to do. She's not breaking any laws. If she slept her way to the top, so what? Why y'all mad? Y'all jealous? Because she was out of y'all league and y'all couldn't afford her? You got grown-ass men on YouTube crying.
He just contradicted himself. He just contradicted himself. He was low-key judging her in the beginning. Now he's saying, well, why are you guys mad? Are you jealous? But you were low-key kind of judging her in the beginning.
Yeah. He's having a full plate of that hypocrite stew. What do you think, Deontay?
Oh, sorry about that, DJ. I just got a phone call from somebody. I didn't really hear everything that he was
Okay.
saying. Is he basically saying that he wouldn't mess with her because she only wants a man for his money?
Yeah, he said that in the beginning, and now he's bashing women, saying, "Oh, well, why do you guys have a problem with her? Are you jealous?" But
Oh
you were
wow.
low key judging her in the beginning.
Along with
Well,
that, he said he was rich.
well, it's it's 50 million black people in America, and a million of us are millionaires. So you never know. But I'll tell you one thing though, DJ, you should really let the rest of this story unfold because I mean, what she's talking about is by herself. I don't have a problem with. I don't think there's anything wrong with a woman realizing, if you got men coming after you with money, and the right guy comes, and the situation is good, there's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
At all. But what she is accused of doing is very evil and diabolical. Like what Joy Taylor is accused of doing is crazy. And the
What
crazy
did
part
she?
is
What did
she's
she?
being accused by another woman of doing this. It's not even a man.
Of
So,
what? What did she do?
okay, so basically there's a hairdresser that works at Fox News along with Joy Taylor. Fox Sports, I'm sorry.
Right.
And the hairdresser is suing Fox, one of their vice presidents, and Skip Bayless, saying that they tried to all sexually harass her. Now, she uses Joy's name in a lawsuit, saying that she asked, because her and Joy were friends. She told Joy that the vice president grabbed her butt at a company event, and Joy told her to get
Hmm.
over it. She also said that Joy
Excuse
told
me.
her that she is sleeping with that vice president to get a job. And she also said that when the stuff hits the fan at the end of the day, she'll take her relationship she had with this vice president and basically use it against him and say that he harassed her. And
If that is true, then she is
yes,
trash.
so now obviously these are just allegations,
Right.
and it just came out last weekend, but everybody is jumping on Joy Taylor now because, like you said, they're bringing up when she said on this podcast a year ago. But I
Hmm.
was like, that's not fair to her because you ask any woman that, well, I ain't gonna say any woman, but most women, come on now. If a rich man came up to you and he was a good guy, you're not gonna be like, no, I'm not. I'm like, no, you're gonna take. It's like a man turning down a beautiful woman who's got her life
True.
together because she's beautiful and got her life
True.
together. You know what I'm
True.
saying? Like, it doesn't make
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. But if, and I say if because you're right, these are just allegations. If that's true, then she's garbage for that.
Yeah, that's really bad. But that takes you back to that Harvey Weinstein situation. Now, DJ, let me ask you something, man. Now, this is just like, and I mean, I don't want to be like exclusive, Tam, or anything to women, but this is something I usually want to know amongst most men. It just depends, right? Because I know you heard of Jennifer. What's the girl's name? Jennifer.
Jennifer
I forget her
Lawrence.
name. Yes,
Jennifer
Jennifer
Lawrence.
Lawrence. Yes, Jennifer Lawrence, and I think it was Angelina Jolie. Anyway, there were women who were accused, and Oprah, obviously. There were women who were accused of not coming out against Harvey Weinstein, and they knew that these women had had relations with him to further their career, and and personally, they never came out and said anything. And I believe, I'm gonna be honest with you. I believe that there are women out there, just like his men, but especially women who don't mind having sexual relations with a boss at a company to get up and get an advantage in their career. And even though it's immoral and unethical, it's not illegal. And as long as they keep that between themselves, then I don't know. I mean, I don't like it personally. Like, if somebody told me
Hmm.
I was going for a position and a woman who I was competing with got it because she slept with the boss, I'd be like, damn, that's jacked up. But I'm not going to go and start calling the media and whistleblowing and going crazy about it. I don't know. What you think about that?
Well, it's. I mean, to me, I have two sides of it. Me, I understand the moral part of it, but I mean, it. I mean, think about it these days is a like if a man is like a CEO, but he has like an admin or somebody under him that he's attracted to and he starts dating her and stuff. Is that bad? Is that, sleeping? I mean, not really. He's not sleeping himself to the top or the bottom. He's just exercising his options. A lot of people don't know this, but a lot of couples come out of employment. They either met each other at their job or hired they hired their lover for another gig that they have at their job. So it's quite common. And the problem is that I see what you're saying. Um, it's it straight up, it doesn't seem to be moral, but at the same time, there's so many blurred lines how these things happen. Joyce, I mean, uh, basically, my I mean, my solution is it's not my business to even judge what these people do with their jobs. Their pay b- their pay
Right.
rate is way higher than mine. Um, it's that they're all grown, and as long as it's consensual, that it's not my business. Now, I don't like what Joy did if she indeed did
Mhm.
say that or did do that and
Mhm.
bail on her on somebody saying that that's your problem or basically saying get over it. That wasn't I mean, she has a believe it or not, she has a right to say it, but morally that would I would not that would make me if I was going to be around her thinking about that, that would be in the back of my mind like, is this, this is not the kind of person I want to be around. I don't want to be around somebody who's saying that they've
Right.
been who has been supporting SA.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way.
I mean, at the end of the day, this is why people say don't shit where you eat. In other words, don't engage in romantic relationships with colleagues because, crap like this can happen.
Right. I mean,
You know what I mean? It's not illegal to date a colleague, but it's just frowned upon because shit like this happens, you know what I
right.
mean? Drama happens. Or you break up and things get tense at work, especially if you date a subordinate or you date, someone who's in a higher position than you.
Exactly.
This is why it's just not frowned upon. I mean, don't get me wrong, some people do it and they're still able to make it work, but then other people, it happens and then drama erupts.
Exactly.
But that's why most workplaces tell you they don't, prefer dating.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's in their contract. It's do not have relations with the colleagues.
yeah. It's funny because every workplace I've ever worked at, and I worked from grocery stores, correctional facilities, the corporate companies. It happens everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it happens in government. It happens whenever you. One
Mhm.
big thing about humans, especially European, the Western world, which we are a part of, in America, is that sex is
Mhm.
always on the table. From if you look at history, sex is always on the table, no matter what the situation is. Are we in school? Sex on the table. We at church? Sex on the table. We in the White House? Sex on the table. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's always there.
Mhm.
Like I'm at the boss's office,
Mhm.
and his wife is in the next room. Oh yeah, sex on the table. Like it's always an option. Like and you can't avoid it sometimes, but you can make your own decisions, and that's the thing.
Right.
Joy.
Right. If you're gonna take that leap, you better be ready for any potential consequences. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah, it's best to if you are going to get into a relationship with somebody at work, you better make sure it's a real relationship that could lead to marriage. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not saying you have to get married, but that better be your intent. Because if
Mhm.
it's just to play around and be a playboy,
Right.
that's going to get you
Right.
fired quick. And if you're a woman, you
Exactly.
definitely got to be careful because you don't want to get hit with that. I mean, I just hate to say it, like
Exactly.
they don't you don't want to be called a hoe, at work.
Right.
So
Right. And even if you are just hooking up and just messing around, keep that shit private. Like don't be at work glancing at each other or winking or giving any indication.
Yes.
Exactly.
Like, don't let people know about it. Don't tell anybody.
Right.
Don't let it get mad. Hey, you you remember that astronaut woman years ago who put a diaper on and drove from Houston to Florida? Was it Houston to Florida? Because she was trying to like get her husband or something like that. It's just I'm just starting to think of all the little
Oh Lord.
situations I heard of. Like it doesn't matter what situation
Oh,
you in. Like relationships and sex at work are not not good.
yep. I'm not saying like it's like you said. I'm not saying don't do it, but if you do it, just be smart about it.
Right.
But if you have a job and you sign a contract that says I will not date a colleague, and then you do it and you lose your job, I'm sorry, you took that risk.
Boom. Boom.
Yeah, but it's like you said, DJ. Most relationships come out of school and work. And what does that mean? That means you spending 40 hours a week with the same people for months at a time, for years at a time. You're going to get to know them. You're going to form liking about them, or whatever it is. And that's the human condition. You can't help that. And there's no contract or law or consent form that's going to stop the human condition.
True. Very true. You bring up a very good point.
All right, DJ Torch, I'm gonna head out. Thank you for having me. I appreciate
I
it.
think, yeah, this is probably a perfect time to stop. I'd like to thank everybody out in the chat. The chat was amazing. Um, Tam, you were amazing. Deontay, you were amazing. I appreciate you guys coming through.
Thank you. Shout out to you, Deontay. Shout out to everybody in the chat.
Yeah,
All right,
thanks
everybody.
everybody. Thanks, Tam. Thanks, DJ.
All right, everyone. You have a good night. It's DJ